of shiny helmets, spandex jumpsuits, and strange monsters. These heroes force feed you a bowl of awesome that is the Tokudon Podcast. Join Carl, Josh, and Rob as they haphazardly welcome you to the exciting genre of Tokusatsu. Now, open wide.
Eyes in cameo.
There we go. Hello! I realized, if anyone is watching, I didn't have the music on, so there was music playing. It wasn't just us sitting in silence. I just didn't.
Nice.
I had it muted to the stream, so it works.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. No, we're
Hi,
fine.
guys.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to the always
Well-
professional
What's up, Peacemaker?
Tokudon Podcast.
There was Toku talking Toku Chris, and part of it is from
That's a
your
good
very
image.
website. My friend, how are you guys? How you doing?
How's it going? What's up, guys?
What's going on? Yeah, welcome to Tokudon. We're going to record an episode. We're just going to kind of talk about a bunch of things. We're going to talk about some revice, talk about what's been going on the last couple weeks in Toku news, and also what's going on at the panel.
A lot of stuff
We
happening.
had some panels
Yeah.
happen, so.
Big stuff. Yeah, I was really excited about it. I missed out on like all of it.
Chris just actually mentioned what I was going to talk about, the dub versus sub debacle. So we'll touch on it. Yeah, it turned into a whole thing apparently. So everyone's
Enlighten me, guys.
There's a panty in their bunch, whatever you want to say, whatever the term is. I don't know what these kids call it.
Excuse the Toku cat.
It's fine. So let's start with, why don't we before we get into the news, we'll talk about Revice, our friend Revice.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure what episode we left off on.
I want to say it was like 4 or 5, something like that.
Yeah, it was a while.
But 12 just came out today, right? Or last night, whatever it is. And we have the premiere of what is considered our third rider, which I'm very confused about. So this is...
I mean, I think because the flip-floppiness of live is still
/evil?
debatable. Yeah, I think that's why. Because it's not like a different person. It's still the same rider. Just can't have one without the other, I guess. That's the only logic that I think they're following.
Yeah.
Because other than that, it doesn't make sense.
I don't know. What do you think of Sakura? Why don't you just pull that Band-Aid off? Or Jian,
Well,
as it will.
I didn't get through the full episode yet, but what I did watch, I do like how she's angry about not being able to henshin yet. I'm not sure what her catharsis is going to be. I know you finished the episode, so is it something that's...
She accepts she sucks.
Are they shoehorning?
No, she accepts she sucks. That's what it is. She goes, oh, I do have weakness. I'm not a perfect child. Okay, now I can henshin. And then that's when Barney the dinosaur comes out.
Listen, I'm not upset about
Cobra
that.
Barney, if you will.
I'm okay with it being cuddly. if it has to be something different, just because, like, why not? Why not make it something that is going to be even more marketable to the other people? You know, like, it's for a toy. Come on.
Yeah. Like, that's absolutely for a plush. That's all that is. I mean, they've been doing those plushes where you swap out the jackets and stuff. I fully expect for that thing to have like the various Kamen Rider hoodie swap out plush things for it.
It could only be for a hero though, because if that had been a villain, it would be full Sentai all the way, like complete Sentai. Like, I when I saw the teaser image of it, I was like, okay, I guess that's like how oh my god, Vice's form is when he's a ghost. Yeah. I thought that was gonna be like what it'll be, so maybe it is, unless I'm wrong.
At the end of the episode, it goes and it stays in its like goofy Barney form, but it's invisible like Vice's, and they're like interacting in their ghost realm, whatever you want to call it. At the end of the episode,
is it as horrible as it sounds it's gonna be? Like, does the Barney character Barney?
No, it doesn't talk at all. It doesn't talk at all. All it does is it gets beaten up like Zed's Super in Battle for the Grid. Like, it literally just has a bunch of the Geef Juniors just stomping on it, and they all go, Vice, can you go help that thing? And he has to run over and save it, and Vice just kind of stands around. Like, I think the whole thing was he's supposed to be jealous of this new demon that popped out.
Okay.
Oh, it called Vice a loser. See, I missed that part. Okay, so
he called him a loser.
Yeah, so he's throwing a hissy fit because it called him a loser. So, yeah.
Well then, yeah. Vice is butthurt, and he stays.
That's
butthurt.
Essentially what it is. And then because it's it's a family battle this time. It's Daiji, it's Iki, and it's Sakura all fighting. And
I'm not mad at the family dynamic. I really like it.
No, it's kind of cool. But Sakura is like, hey, can you guys watch over that thing? So like Iki and
so she doesn't even. So she's absent about it. She doesn't even care.
She's doing her own thing. So
okay.
And then Vice runs over and has to like beat up the Gifu Juniors, the Vagina Juniors, if you will.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we've come. That's just basically it.
I mean, we've talked about it before. But yeah. I really think that thing is their real father. We've kind of, wild pluck under the sky. I think that's
because it hasn't changed.
No.
Yeah, in 12 episodes, the thing has not changed at all or done anything.
It's going to wake up eventually, but I assume that's going to be like the next arc reveal kind of thing. I have to get this family stuff out of the way.
It's not going to wake up. It's not going to wake up because of what it is. Something's going to birth right out from it. It has to do that. There's nothing else. There's nothing else that's going to be acceptable. It has to just.
Oh dang! So apparently, Sakura's demon is voiced by a female voice actor that's a huge Kamen Rider fan. So that's awesome. I don't know who it is. If anyone can get a name, I don't know who the voice actress is. But that's awesome. That's actually really cool. One day, maybe if they do those Shout Factory dubs, maybe they can get me for Blade. That'd be really cool.
I see what you're saying here.
Yeah, you see, I'm bringing it back to what we were talking about earlier. We bring it back around on this show.
Clever. Very well done. Well done.
That was a good transition. We're not going to transition off Revice, though. I just wanted to bring it full circle.
Professionally done.
Thank you.
All right, so what's up?
It's like I host a podcast for a couple of years. What's that?
So is it bad? Is it worse? Is it horrible?
So what I've read, Miku Ito is the voice actress's name.
Miku Ito.
So what I like is, there's a couple things. The design is cool. I like the design. The colors are kind of whatever, but that's kind of how I feel about Revice in general. The colors are kind of whatever. Like they're going for different, and I'm okay with that. This one is it's orange and blue, which are very contrasting colors. That's classic. Like you use orange to accentuate, color wheel, color theory, that kind of thing. I'm for it. My whole thing is she uses techniques, but it's a lot less. It's not necessarily bad. It's just less. I wanted them to like accentuate the karate. Yeah, like no, it's know what I mean. It's one of those things where like you can make the argument where like in a real fight you're not going to fight like you're doing a form. You know what I mean? And in that case, she does. Like she uses the techniques, but she's kind of running around doing the same thing. I just thought it was going to be more of like the Makoto from Street Fighter becomes a Kamen Rider sort of thing, where she's like what like that sort of thing. But,
right. I see. Well, maybe when it comes to her V cinema, because she's not going to get a power up ever. Like, I mean, they're gonna...
So that actually kind of leads back to another thing. We now have 4 different riders. They all kind of have a different gimmick, right? Revy fights with Vice. His demon comes out. Daiji switch places with his demon to create 2 different riders, essentially. Demons.
So his demon hasn't taken a form other than himself.
No, it just has possessed his body. And so that's, Kagero is the demon. That just possesses his body and takes over, and that's when he becomes evil as opposed to alive. And then we have demons that changes his body to use different genomes as opposed to, using a demon itself. And Sakura, or Jean's whole thing is her demon becomes different weapons. And yes, like you said, Peacemaker, the katana, she's going to get katana fans, like from... Hey, Josh subscribed again for another month. What's up, dude? Thank you. What's up, bro? As always.
Hey, man.
Katana fans, and then a bazooka. So those are her 2 weapons she's gotten previewed so far until it became.
I saw the image of the fan. It looks actually decent. It doesn't look too cartoony, but I mean, in terms of her overall look, it's not bad. I mean, the boots, the elongated boots are a nice touch.
I like them. I dig it a lot.
I mean, it gives it a different look, and her Mega Man arms give it like I put a picture up in the Discord. But her Mega Man Buster is nice. Like, I really hope that when it comes to her form changes, if she does get one, it keeps the same overall look. Like, the color scheme is fine, I guess. The yellow and blue is okay. There really is something. The matte on the gloss just doesn't blend as well as it should, I guess. But that's really it for me. I really like everything else about it.
Yes, this is a rider. This is the newest rider that just premiered this week. It is, now that you're saying it, I just pulled it up on the screen for everyone else to see. I'm just realizing that it is very Mega Man. I didn't realize that on her forearms. They're very like Popeye Mega Man arms. Good call. Good call on that one. It is definitely Mega Man blue too, which is cool. And yeah, like I like the shoulders. I like that they kind of sag down a little bit, almost like a, I don't even know, like a dress, like an open shoulder dress almost, which is cool. She is not the main. She is the tertiary rider, technically.
It's a dope engine.
Yeah. I dig the boots, though. I'm a fan of the boots. It's just because it's different, It's different than your typical knee highs on a rider.
What was the name of her demon again?
That's a good question.
I didn't get that far in the episode, so I don't know his name.
I don't remember the demon's name.
It might be John? Since it doesn't talk, it might not even have one.
It does talk. She would have been a writer of his wish. Yes, I did see that too. Loveco is the demon's name. Thank you, Peacemaker. Apparently, this was also planned to be the main rider originally, and then Toei was like, "Man, nah."
What?
So they planned on having a female rider originally. Oop, hit the wrong button.
Oh, you mean the one thing that we've been waiting for I don't know, ever.
But we're easing into it. Like, we had a female rider last season that stayed around for most of the time.
I do appreciate her character, though. At least in terms of the episode so far, the struggle that I guess she does come to the acceptance, but she really is trying. And there's a moment about halfway through where I think we've all done it, where we're in our room by ourselves with our belts,
practicing our katas, if you will,
crying every time we try to henshin and nothing happens.
Yeah, and just kind of flipping it back and forth.
And just flipping it and flipping it and getting
It's
I was
true.
like, wow, I feel that one. That's a deep one.
Right? That one hurt. I just remember that was kind of like when I got the wizard driver and it was like,
bro. I think that's what killed my Sengoku
driver on.
but no, I mean, I really like that she gets something that doesn't look too gimmicky. It's a dope look and it's a unique look. I just don't know what else they're gonna do with her, because I really hope that they embrace that her character isn't a weak character either.
No,
at least I think being a family thing, it's gotta play into it, man. Yeah,
I think when it comes to her forms, quote unquote, all she's really gonna get is like we got was it Barai Rex or Burrito Rex? Burrito Rex, yeah, Burrito Rex.
Barrett, yeah.
Burrito Rex. Fajita Rex, if you will.
Yes.
Fajita Rex is coming soon, and I think if she gets an upgrade, it'll be kind of like that, where it'll be a different form completely.
I guess that's better than tinkering too much with that. Yeah.
Oh, Peacemaker saying the notes from the episode said it was a planned mass-produced driver before George scrapped it. Okay, that would have been kind of cool. I mean,
George.
Ryo Troopers are kind of whatever. That belt was disgusting looking, but this would have been a cool belt. And Josh says the reason why they scrapped that idea is because women are scary. Must be, man.
Yeah, exactly. What? No. Yeah. Opinions? No, stop.
I am a huge fan. At the end of the day, I am a huge fan of Karate Punch Woman. I'm down for
Karate
that.
Girl.
Like
Karate Girl is dope.
Yeah, Makoto is one of my favorite characters in Street Fighter. She's a badass. I'm just down for karate peeps in general. I'm always down for basic karate peeps. And if you're going to punch and kick and actually use like real martial arts in a rider, I'm totally for it. Like, we've had riders that seem like they know martial arts, but I think that's more the suit actor. This is like an actual trained martial artist, which is pretty sick.
Yeah. I mean, she can do it out of the suit, and it's totally acceptable because it's, like you said, if they do focus more on her karate, it'll blend better.
Yeah, but I think she'll do more because martial arts when she starts to get those weapons and things. We'll see more of that, like almost like a Geki Ranger or something like that, or Dai Ranger, where it's like actual martial arts. You know what I mean? So,
they do a lot of meta stuff, so maybe they might allude to a Mortal Kombat reference or two with the fans.
They might. We already saw Tekken 7 in this one already too. So we did see Tekken 7 in this, and Tekken 7 was all about an X-Aid. So I mean, it's Bandai. I'm not surprised. Because they're not exactly going to put Street Fighter on the screen.
Can you imagine Ryu just tying?
I'm waiting for Harada to just walk in with a belt, like takes off his sunglasses. Henshin.
The 10 sign is going to appear on the screen at the next Henshin, and Akuma's just going to drop down and be like, boost, and then jump out. That'll be the ending. That's it. That's how the show. Yeah. Yo, oh my god.
That'd be pretty sick.
what's your okay? So other than her design and the character and all that, totally fine. The story overall, it had a moment where it kind of lost me for a sec because I wasn't sure what they were doing with evil, and I felt like that was resolved too quickly. Now knowing that, I guess spoilers for the next episode, that he's coming back. Kagero.
Yeah, so it looks like Kagero's coming back somehow. And I mean, it was never resolved. Daiji just kind of took over his body. He took his body back.
He punched reality.
Yeah. He literally did like Whitebeard reality punch from One Piece. He just took his body back. It was kind of cheesy. I might have giggled when that was supposed to be super serious.
Was it Toma on the stairs cheesy?
No, that is legendary cheese. That is, I am telling you, 10 years from now, when people talk about Saber, that will be the only thing anyone remembers is him running up that rainbow. Saber,
I don't remember Saber.
And then you show them the GIF, and they're like, "Oh, Saber! Right.
Oh, the guy on the stairs, the no stairs guy, yeah."
Oh my goodness, it is the legacy of that show.
I got you.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I mean, I guess because of that not truly being resolved, it's going to be better now. Because if he does the Proto Man, good and bad, evil for a bit, in terms of
what I think it's going to be, he's going to bounce back a little bit.
But it has to lead somewhere. I'm thinking it's either headcanon that Daiji is playing it up, the Kagero thing.
Yeah,
and Kagero really isn't real anymore. It's just an idea, but in order to get to the dead man's, but he hasn't really, there's no real, like, in terms of the story right now, the dead man's are more of an annoyance than a critical thing. Yeah. They're just collecting vice stamps.
Yeah, like Julio and No Head Julio are kind of just doing their thing where they like pop in and like torment everyone while the story is happening around them, sort of thing.
Right. The dead man's aren't really a critical thing. It's just the consequence in which to get the drivers now and to get the vice stamps. Like they're really not adding much beyond Gifu. Like, okay, he's just there right now. Yeah. Like tickle it. Maybe something will happen.
It's honestly kind of hard to remember sometimes. We're only on episode 12. Like this kind of has the Saber thing where it's like, oh my God, we're only on episode whatever. Like we're not even to like real double digits, like into the 20s. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So, but at least we had the first arc done. Yeah. By episode 12 in Saber. This hasn't done anything.
There hasn't really been an arc. That's kind of the thing. Like it's kind of doing the 2-episode format a little bit where it's like, you know, a baddie of the week or a baddie of the 2 weeks kind of thing. And then there's like little arcs.
If it's taking its time, it needs to either make Phoenix the bad guys now, or introduce another problem, because
there will be another problem.
Yeah, but I mean to pull for the dead man's to finally be like, haha, now that you have another ally, we're gonna pull our ultimate trump. Like, how is this Aguilera's plan?
I just don't get what making these, I guess, more contracts power Gifu. Is that what it is?
Yes, but you're getting a rider out of it. Wouldn't that be better?
Is it like a Majin Buu thing, like where they're stealing energy of these contracts to like revive him? Is that what's kind of going on?
I'm sure. Regardless how this is going to play out, it's in the benefit of Gifu.
I don't know if they ever explained, or I just missed it when they explained like how this creating these stamps and like these monsters is powering Gifu. Other than maybe it's just more monsters together. Yeah, I assume it was Majin Buu kind of thing. They can just absorb the power of the contracts. Peacemaker says they think they will tag in and out for a while and then get an upgrade when they fuse together. Yes, absolutely. I think that's how he's going to get an upgrade. They're going to settle their differences and do like a share the body sort of thing.
What would you call that form?
What is Kamen Rider? Live Long Lance.
What is it? Kamen Rider Live Laugh Love.
Oh my goodness! Or just to tie it into the Batlog series that just came out, Live Lance Heaven. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
Kamen Rider Live Lance Heaven, and then he's just literally just shows up. Have you seen that thing?
No.
So it's Batlog. It's the Gundam Breaker Batlog. So it's the, not to get, classic off track Tokudon. Here we go.
This is what we do.
This is what we do. Like because I goddamn love Gundam.
Tangent like pros. Damn
so in the new Batlog series, there's 8 episodes. They're about 10 minutes each. There is a custom. It's another one of these build fighters type shows where they do customs based on the actual suits.
Is it more adult? Because I'm down for more adult.
It's a bunch of kids screaming at plastic. If it's more adult,
come on. All right.
No, it's literally like we got to save. It's not more adult than like a normal Gundam series where its children are actually dying. I can tell you that.
You can't show me Iron-Blooded Orphans and put a 3-year-old in there.
All I'm saying is Build Fighter Season 1 was the shit, and it's all been downhill from there. So,
Fair
enough. In this thing, I'll pull up a picture. I'll put it in the Discord. This thing is sick. It's called Live Lance Heaven. It's a play off Death Scythe Hell, which is why it's called Live Lance Heaven.
Fair enough.
And its whole thing is more like heavenly seraphim themed as opposed to, the Devil Reaper theme.
Okay.
So this is a good picture here. Copy this into the Discord for you. I will bring it up for the peeps in a second. There's that, so you can see that. There's that. Paste.
Whatever.
This is Live Lance Heaven. So this whole thing is it has the same similar powers. It's Lance here, as I'm showing here, is actually a mod on the Sazabi. And it shoots beams, and it pretty much does a little bit of everything. It's I would say it's a little bit of an upgrade. It even does the invisible thing that Death Scythe Hell can do. Here's another one with the lance.
She's pretty. Ooh, Look at that scythe. Yeah,
it's a scythe that straightens out to a lance as well. So yeah, it can do all kinds of cool stuff, and it does the usual Death Scythe stuff. It can go invisible. It can do this, that, and the other. Not to get off track, but it could do something like that. And angel, devil, whatever. Live Lance Heaven. Kamen Rider Live Lance Heaven. That's what we're going with.
Okay, Kamen Rider Live Lance Heaven. Sure enough.
That's what I'm calling right now.
But if he turns into garbage, he'll be Live, Laugh, Love.
Live, Laugh, Love if he turns into crap. Peacemaker's also saying they need 6 dead mans like the main 3 to revive Gifu. Okay, so they need they need the legit Lieutenant Deadmans. Got it. So I wonder if they're phase 3 because they were talking about the phase 2 Deadmans now. Yeah.
I think, okay, but at that point, then why not make evil one of them?
I'm going to assume they have to separate the demon from the human.
That's my point, though. And evil has to be one of them. What if maybe all the demons that they have would become them, right?
I mean, it's possible the Kamen Riders are also used.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. So making Sakura a new Kamen Rider, maybe that was part of the plan because now they have the 6.
So it makes more sense now. If she intentionally gave her a rider to create that powerful demon, then maybe clearly there's something to it.
She gave her the belt and everything. So
right, that makes sense now. Makes more sense.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with it. Let's headcanon that. Boom. Toku headcanon.
The demon has to fully consume the human, which is what they need. Oh, okay. So so they gave it to her because they knew she was mentally weak, and so maybe they think the demon's going to consume her.
But that's what they're pushing them for. So that's fine. The long game they're playing. So then definitely Phoenix has to do something.
No Hat Julio clearly has the master plan going on, so it's fine.
You think he's going to be the subterfuge, the Storius?
Not at all. No Hat Julio and Julio are going to die halfway through this thing, and then Aguilera is going to get betrayed by Gifu. He's going to
die licking his face, just
being his weird tentacle hentai porn man that he is.
I wonder if the actor was what's going to make me stand out? Licking my face aggressively as I bow out of the room.
I will say, Julio, the actual Hat Julio.
Yeah,
he eats that role up when he goes nuts. There's a scene I think when they're at the resort where he just starts laughing uncontrollably. He Iori laughs, but I was this dude loves being this asshole.
these characters are enjoyable. I really want to say that it's not that the show is bad. It's just I don't know what they're doing yet, and because there's no crucial issue right now other than I guess Iki and their sanities. I guess I don't know, it's more of a drama right now, and that's fine. I'm waiting for more action.
It's the week to week thing, so we're just waiting for the
it's not bad.
It's kind of like the beginning of an anime. We gotta wait for the real plot to drop kind of thing. This is the getting into UA arc where he's training on the beach, that kind of thing. So Peacemaker thinks the new doctor guy will become one of the sacrifices. Okay, I could see it. The guy who's mass producing all these dead mans with the stamp that turned Sakura's teacher into a dead man.
The new guy that they introduced in this.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Okay.
How do you feel about the show other than other than story? Just overall, how do you feel about the show?
I'm not hating it. I thought it was going to be, it's not what I thought, but it's also better than what I thought, because if I had just gotten, the straight up single rider with the sentient belt thing, it would have got old quick. This isn't bad. I didn't know that the show had gone through so many changes before, because I wouldn't have minded a show with her as the main at all.
I feel visually, like that's a lot of shows. We just don't hear about it as often.
Absolutely. But I mean, in this instance, I didn't know this early on, and having this in front of me now is like, really? Okay. Yeah. I mean, I get it. Revice is awesome. I'm not going to detract anything from Revice, but this was not a bad idea either. Yeah. But anyway,
and overall, things happening without us knowing, I will come back to when we get to the news section. That I had a point to bringing it up that way, but we'll get back to that. I kind of feel the same, honestly. Like I feel weird about this show just because there's a lot of things surrounding it. But for the show itself, I am enjoying it enough to, I don't know, watch it week to week. You know what I mean? But it's not like I'm gonna go, buy every single toy, every single remix item, every single whatever. I mean, the remixes are awful in general, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm not
all of them.
I'm not yearning to collect everything. You know what I mean? It's not like one of those things where I'm like, I'm in, baby. Let's do this. Like Saber had that, was almost there. Like Saber was a little closer to that to me than Revice is right now.
Right.
I just, it doesn't have anything to hook me. And my favorite thing so far, because we haven't talked about it yet, is my boy Demons.
Right.
Holy
I was getting
freaking
there. Hell. We were getting there. Right.
Oh my goodness. This rider is so cool.
So let's talk I guess if we're going to say the anniversary thing is embracing the stuff, is Demons Showa or Heisei?
I think he's supposed to be more of the Showa era stuff.
It feels very bulky. He's
very bulky, but obviously he's also clearly influenced by Spider-Man in some way, in some shape or form. And there was the old 70s Spider-Man Leopardon. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets like an upgrade form that's like Leopardon or something like that. Or maybe he uses the Leo Vice stamp, the lion. Stamp. Yeah. Or like a leopard one. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I see what you mean. Yeah, Demons, in terms of his overall look, is the better. And it looks like something that
can be in a fight.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna get tired of this visual. You know what I mean? How Revice's colors have flushed out already. Like I can't stand his color scheme anymore.
And a lot of it has to do for me with Revice and the colors anyway, is the forms aren't recolored enough for me.
Enough, right? Yeah. And what they do with Vice isn't enough. Like they could do a little more with Vice and a little less with Revi, and it would be better as a combo. Yeah, it's just Revi is just Revi, and I get why. I mean, you want him to be his own thing, but you're already borrowing so much from the forms. The color scheme wouldn't break the cow. You know what I mean? Like you borrow just one or two of the colors. You know what I mean? Just offset the same.
That's right. All. Demons is using the Showa ones right now. His three are Ichigo.
Showa, right?
Yeah, it's the Ichigo, it's V3, and then I think Amazons are the three.
Well,
Amazon, I should say, not Amazon.
His weapons, sure. I mean, his design feels more Heisei, but I get it.
Yeah, no. But the stamps he uses himself are the Showa stamps, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
I dig it.
Yeah. I also really like that he changes his body. I think that is a cool thing. I mean, I know I always complain about CG, but like the fact that he can turn his arm into like a drill arm because of the mole and stuff, I thought that was really cool. And it's just different. You know what I mean? Like I was like, oh, here we go. We're going to get another demon man popping out or whatever. But like, nah, he just changes his legs into crazy bug legs and like his arm into a crazy drill arm.
I dig him a lot, man.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And like Hiromichi, is that his name, or is that just what Vice calls him? Whatever his name. Hiromichi is. I'm just gonna call him Hiromichi. Is kind of annoying and like milk toast outside of the suit. Like he's just very generic, like military man.
That moment when in the episode, I forget which one, but Vice goes inside of his head and he's crying. Yeah. Like, is that was what I was worried that they were going to turn him into. Like, I thought that they were like, I get that's his inner thought because of all the chaos that was going on. And if that's like, they're only implying that was Hiromichi.
Wasn't Hiromichi? I thought it was Daiji.
No, it was to figure out what to do about Daiji.
Oh, okay.
So, sorry.
I must have missed the first jump. That's probably what it was.
Yeah.
Like, I know he went into Daiji, and that's when he was like, no, he's been fighting the whole time, man. He's trying to figure out how to get out.
Yeah, that's when he went into Daiji. He did do that, but there was another time that he went into Hiromichi when they were at a table or something like that. Yeah. But all I'm saying is, like, if that's their innermost thought, then that's what I was worried that, like, they're going to turn him into another, help me, build. Gentoku.
Oh yeah, make him like comical and all that nonsense.
Yeah, I'm worried that that they might go that route with him. But
well, I mean,
I guess we'll see.
Rogue. I think it's something too to see that his driver is now failing. I don't know if you got to that part in the episode.
Not yet.
So in this episode, in episode 12, he is henshins, everything going normal, and his driver fails on him. It just starts electrocuting him and fails, and he's like out of commission. So the running theory seems to be that it's because he's not using a demon with it, that this kind of like forces a demon. Or
he hasn't been, right.
He hasn't been using a demon. We haven't seen any shred of a demon.
Because he can't control it.
So I think this might be kind of like a, like a human using a FI's driver situation, or any of those kind of like using a driver when you're really not supposed to.
Right.
And it's like a limited thing. So
I can see where maybe another driver would be introduced, unless he gets his own revice driver. Like another driver already.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Peacemaker saying people think he will die for the Christmas episode, since we've had a running history of people just dying on the Christmas episodes. Nothing says Merry Christmas like your favorite character is dying and then coming back 30 episodes later.
Please.
Can
we do that?
All I'm saying is, if you're going to do it, just keep him dead. That's what bugged me about X8. Just like, if you're going to take those risks, just keep him dead.
It's not going to work. That design is too dope. They're not going to let that go to waste.
I know they're not. I mean, unless someone else becomes demons, which, I mean, it could be like, what was his name? Kagoroshi? Like Captain?
No, Phoenix. The father.
The dad.
Dad will become
Dad Chan. Get Dad Chan in there. Papa. That's what they call him. Papa.
So I have a theory with the dad. All right, he's totally pulling an Ishin on us.
You think?
Okay.
You think he's going to be the biggest bad?
An Ishin Kurosaki on us.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's going to come down to the wire. There's going to be a demon attack, and he's going to be like, okay, everybody else has a driver.
He's going to have a Gifu driver kind of thing.
He's going to bend a Gifu into a driver, and then just like...
He's going to use that big horn stamp that's in like the opening. Let's go.
That's perfect. I'm telling you. That's it. He's Ishining us. But I wouldn't be surprised. Seriously.
Yeah.
If they do kill...
Yeah. The rate that they're going, we're going to get the Rider family. I feel like it's absolutely going to happen.
I hope to an extent, because I don't see the point in giving... I mean, as much as great as it would be, I don't see the point in giving the dad or the mom a belt. Yeah. But the three of them need to create like a more... Either they go individual routes, you know what I mean? Or they create a synergy between them to really embody that family thing. That's the only thing that'll work.
Yeah. Peacemaker saying he doesn't think we want... assume you wouldn't want Revi's forms to not go this far for the colors. Absolutely. I would love if the forms went this far. I think this looks way cooler, honestly.
Hold on. I gotta see.
It's their actual like Rider colors. I really dig this. I would love if they were this colors. I know it's a little like heavy-handed with the anniversary thing, but like if you're gonna do it, just do it. That's kind of my like. Just go for it, man.
I was hoping for like maybe just the plats. You know what I mean? Just the bases of them, and it mixed in with his. It would totally have been fine if it was just a hint of color. You know, but it's just too much of the same palette.
Honestly, I would love, like I said, I would love for them to just be like the Rider colors with like the remix on them of the animals and stuff. I think that would be amazing. I
mean, look at this right here. Check that out. That's kind of dope.
Let me see.
So fucking loaded. There you go. I dig that.
Ooh, is this like a Vice Rider kind of thing?
Yeah, that's like Vice.
I have a feeling this is something like this is going to be Vice's final, quote unquote, final form. Or branch off form sort of thing.
The Barride power up, the first official power up that he gets.
Fajita power up? Yep.
Yeah. That
combines
apparently hatched from a shell.
So that's also combining the 10 Vice stamps that he has so far.
The power of them.
The power of the 10
so he can still use the other ones.
Yes, he can still use the other ones. This is somehow combining the power of the 10, and it hatches out of an egg, and then the egg Vice like grabs as a shield kind of thing. And then he gets the cool like armored form.
I'm trying to find a good picture of it. I don't have anything yet, but I really think that, you know, if they're gonna treat him like a true Rider, like they keep claiming, they have to give him a form. They have to give him a legitimate power up. Otherwise, like seriously, they're underutilizing the gimmick that they're going with.
Yeah, I think it's inevitable. Honestly, I think the final form is just going to be him as his own thing. Like they're going to be completely separate, or the show's somehow going to end with him like releasing him. You know,
that's like the genie.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Like, honestly,
I can see that.
I'm trying to find a solid picture of it.
Oh, I got a decent one here. Here you go.
Oh, here we go. I got one.
Both same time. Ready? Go.
Oh, I lost it. Yeah, it freezes when I click off them. I don't know why. Yep, cool, that's the one I was looking for. So, nice. That's Burrito Rex. That's Fajita Rex.
It looks solid.
I do really like this form. Even the colors, I really like. I like this form a lot. And then you can see Sakura's katana blades fan up there.
Oh yeah. When I first saw this form, I got like heavy assault Vulcan. Did they recycle any parts? Because I haven't like dissected it yet.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't see anything major. Maybe like some of the pieces underneath. I'm sure they recycled old pieces.
It looks
cool.
Vulcan.
I dig it. Wow, I'm down for it. I like the helmet a lot. I like the everything about the armor. This just looks very like what I'm into when it comes to armor and stuff.
Yeah, it's just
like big crazy shoulders and big high collars and all this kind of flare out extra stuff.
But you see how they toned down the pink and they amplified. That's like I guess like if you just traded the pink, you know what I mean? Like you could do that for the other forms. That's all I'm saying. That's it. But in terms of this one, they chose right. This palette blends that the visor on the helmet is the best part in this form for me. I'm digging that all the way.
Bright red. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's really popping on this one. Like the I guess because the eyes are slender, because the big gimmicky eyes of Revi is okay, but this is definitely angrier, definitely more imposing. You could tell. I just hope they do the same thing for Vice, because holy crap, man.
Yeah, I dig this a lot. Peacemaker saying that the wrist guns might be the same, but they're flamethrowers this time. So he does have wrist guns on there. I'm just seeing that now that you mention it. There's little barrels on his wrists.
I see some images of him shooting ice. Does he shoot ice too?
Maybe. Who knows? I don't know.
Holy crap, that's dope.
Yeah, but that's that.
Nice.
So yeah, no, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be pretty sick, and I am excited to see that thing move around because usually forms.
So let me ask you: of the forms that he's had so far, the tribute forms, which is your favorite now?
Leo, lion, whatever, the lion one.
Kuga, yeah.
I think that's it. Again, I hate all the remixes. None of them are good. They're all terrible looking. But
I'm gonna ignore the remix.
Yeah,
that's
forms themselves. I like the lion one the best, the Kuga one.
Okay,
so that's my favorite so far. What about you?
Hold on, I'm pulling up an image of that one, and I can't break away from it, even though it's not like my favorite. But the X8 form pops the most to me. Like nothing about
Sport X8.
Yeah, nothing about X8 obviously is my favorite, but of his form so far, I like the difference that.
What just happened? I left the call by accident.
How's Bakura?
I left the call by accident. Oh my goodness.
How's Bakura, man? How's he doing?
He's great.
Yeah.
Yep. There we go.
So I put up on the Discord the Barride form, Leon, the lion.
Goodness gracious! I don't want to do that.
I don't know, bro.
I don't know what
X8.
So there's the Leo form. Yeah, I like this one the best. This is my personal favorite so far.
I mean, I dig it. It's the most. You with your bulky armors, you do like that.
I like it. It's flared out. It's cool. Yours is fine, I guess. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm really liking this because it looks the most different. But other than that, I really don't like the fact that Vice is a skateboard. How do I say this correctly?
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, like I like the idea of them
That's
embracing.
What I liked about it.
Okay, so that's my point. Is like I like that George did that in terms of the story, but in terms of the rider, the skateboard he's not going to use that. You know what I mean? It's
I mean, all of these forms, I fully expect us to see them maybe like once or twice more throughout the entire series. Other than that, he's just going to use Fajita Rex.
Yeah.
At this point, so.
But again, I dig that one the most. But
cool. I mean, we could potentially see like powered up forms of the other ones too. I don't know. He could like stamp it and it changes. I don't know how Fajita's going to work. So we'll see.
I would like if maybe it did more for Vice. when he uses his
Peacemaker says it'll be used as much as Juju Burger's skates. That one episode was great. Level 4.
So let me ask you about my favorite character. I want your opinion on my favorite character. George.
Okay. George? I think he's goddamn obnoxious.
You think he's going to be irredeemably evil after the turn? Because I think the fandom is going to demand him to not die.
I have a feeling if he doesn't become a rider, I think like Gifu's going to possess him and he'll become evil or something. Like
I hadn't considered him becoming. I didn't think he would be that tier evil. I think he's trying to be, but I think he's being played too.
I just don't know what his end game is, kind of thing. Like, what is he getting out of this other than making riders? Power. He needs more power.
That's got to be it, because he wanted the vice stamps to make a better driver. So what's the end goal there? Just to keep going. I mean, that's all. It's just a game to him. Man's,
but like, yeah, he's having a blast. He's loving all this Kamen Rider stuff. That's what he's doing.
It's a game to him. That's why I think he's like Kefka. He's just playing the game to see who wins, and then he'll have fun when it's over.
He's gonna take a cigarette and be like,
yeah, that's shit.
I let the dead man's out myself. It wasn't my father.
Yeah, but legitimately, I think that's the route that George is going to go. At least that's what I hope, because he could just end up, oh my God, you used me, you know? I doubt it, but you know.
Yeah. Peacemaker thinks he's trying to make some big article demon, some giant, probably beat up, I would say artificial. There you go. I'm sorry. Artificial. Some
like an artificial
demon.
Gifu?
Yeah, like an artificial Gifu kind of thing. For the better of science. For science.
For science. No, it's for fun. He just wants to see it burn.
Because he needs more power.
I just need more.
And a voice rang out to me. Power. I need more power. God, Virgil's great. I love Virgil. Devil May Cry is amazing.
Foolishness, Dante.
Foolishness, Dante. Foolishness. Maybe when they record when he comes back in whatever, American adaptation, because they'll just, he's a Quantum Ranger, might as well make him a rider too. Maybe he'll just have a cold then too, so he can do the entire voice as nasally as possible, and then have to do that for the next 20 years because he recorded the first game he was in nasally.
He'll be Ryuga when they do Dragon Knight 2.
Ooh. That's a good one.
That'll be it.
Oh man, they'll get Stephen Ford back too.
Oh my God, I fucking hope so.
If they did like a legacy rider thing and brought Stephen Ford back, that'd be pretty sick, actually. I wouldn't even be mad.
I think if anybody, obviously they get him, and they have to get the Prince back. The Prince. Just as a cameo. They have to get him back.
You mean the Iron Chef host?
Oh my God. Mark Dacascos?
Yeah, he was in there.
Dude.
He was in that show.
He would be the show. You wouldn't have to.
He's Phoenix or whatever the guy's name is. You can't have the show.
He's gonna executive produce it. You give him a shot at it, he's gonna be a part of it.
He's gonna walk into the engine and be like, "A la cuisine."
Have you ever, honestly, seen him in a role where you were surprised that he was in the role?
Not at all. And I love that he's all about just hamming it up every single time for everything he does.
Yeah, just hams the hell out of it. Thing alone, just my uncle.
In the words of my uncle, a la cuisine.
Yeah, his face does all the acting in that because he doesn't budget it in inch.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, so cool. Yeah, he would absolutely be a part of anything they did with that. Yeah. Absolutely, especially now.
Yeah, what's he doing?
He would be like the Zordon.
He'd be the Zordon. I don't know. I don't even know if that show's still on.
Dude's ancient now. I don't know if he can still kick, but maybe he can. And I'm talking shit because he was in the John Wick movie. So he'll probably kill me.
Yeah, he could probably still snap you in half if he wanted to. Yeah, so that's fine. So George is your favorite character, huh?
He is, in terms of what he's offering to the story.
Yeah. Because
everybody else is kind of stagnating right now. Okay. George's intrigue builds with every episode because he's using, like, especially with the whole with the Daiji, with giving Daiji the driver, you know what I mean? Like he knew what he was doing, and he played it off to everybody else like, oh wow, but they also haven't suspected him, you know what I mean? Like, he hasn't given them a reason to suspect him, but the characters who should aren't addressing it, you know what I mean? And that's why I have an issue with them, but he's still doing his thing. That's why I like him.
Okay.
Because no matter what, he's still playing his game, whatever it's going to be. Okay. Hopefully, it's good.
Okay. Interesting.
Because, yeah, I mean, other than that, who's yours? So far,
just demons in his suit. That's it. That's my favorite character. Specifically in his suit. The rest of him.
Oh, you like Hiromichi? Yeah, I really like his character.
I don't like Hiromichi. No, just demons.
Demons.
Hiromichi could literally be deleted. I wouldn't care.
The just episode starts at his henshin. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, his whole I'm here for you, Daiji. It starts when he henshins. The next episode, it's when he henshins when Daiji's already in evil.
Yeah.
Hiromichi, I don't care about. I don't care. Demons is my favorite character.
That's okay. Fair enough. Because that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to invest in the story, and George seems to be where the story's going to be at. I hope.
We were talking about it the other day, and Iki is the most milquetoast protagonist ever. He's not having more than ever. He's more not than ever having any kind of growth. Things are just happening around him, and he's reacting to them. And everybody else pushes him to
and
everyone else has things.
Literally handing him the Deus Ex Machina to henshin. Come on, bro. Episode after episode, you're just there.
Yeah.
You're the pep talk hero. You're the talk no jutsu writer. I'm over it, man. Jutsu. He really is, man.
Do anything? You lay down your life if it means Blade is the best. It's true.
You would absolutely just slow drive a blade in everybody's chest if they don't agree. Just slow drive it. Change your mind.
I would hard eye contact, slip that blade in there if it would convert everyone to Blade.
When you change your mind, that there's a lot here. There's a lot to go.
There's a lot. Just wait till the end. Just get through 57 episodes.
Honestly, it's I don't like any other character's arc, at least so far.
None of them just really had one. Sakura, her arc was, I guess I do suck. That was her arc. Daiji's was, well, I got out of my own mind prison. Okay.
Yeah.
His character didn't really change. He just got trapped by a demon and was like, okay, I got out of my mind prison.
Unless they actually go the route where he's playing them both and Kagero actually isn't back. That's the only way that they can save that. Because if Kagero's back and they keep doing the back and forth, that's just going to get old real quick.
So you think he's just going to be like Spider-Man 3 emo? That's what he's going to be? And that's...
Unless you promise me that he actually does the little...
I'm just saying, I did call it when Daiji first came out. I called him emoji.
Thrust.
I did emoji.
Wait, I'm in the outfit. Holy shit.
There you go. Yeah. See? Emoji. Kamen Rider emoji.
Is that what he says? Check this out. Something like that. I don't remember the movie.
in the weird dance scene. Check this out.
Yeah.
I hope that's how he comes into No Way Home.
Yo, that's where the time jump happens. It's just right on the dance floor. He's busted.
He slides and then slides through the portal.
He's just right in there what did I miss?
And she?
Yeah.
There hasn't really been a good soul arc, more arcs between family members. Yeah. That's what we're saying. It's especially Iki. He's just reacting to things happening around him. He's not really having any kind of character arc whatsoever.
We'll see. We're still in 12. We're not even
everyone's getting their feet wet, literally.
Yeah.
Hello.
And once Phoenix takes over, they're going to introduce 2 more enemy riders.
Yeah.
And then those riders will probably join the Deadmans, and then the Deadmans are going to take over Phoenix, and then you're going to have your finale.
But then they're going to betray Gifu, because Gifu will betray all of them, and Aguilera will become her own rider, and then Aguilera will be like, oh, I should have helped you because my husband betrayed me because I am engaged to a labia, and just continue through that whole arc.
Don't forget that because they were so scared of Jean that they're gonna tsundere her with Hiromichi.
Yeah.
So
and then
that's gonna happen.
No Head Julio is just gonna be licking himself in the corner like a cat.
the whole time.
Like a cat.
All the last 10 episodes, it's just every time they cut to him, he's just viciously.
He's got the leg up in the air like a cat.
He's just up in a corner in the wall. Just. So that's the end of the series. And then we can focus on the
Peacemaker says, if you've seen Ultraman RB, you can see where the show is going in broad strokes. Okay. I have not seen RB.
I didn't watch RB because of how different it was.
I didn't watch RB because I'm tired of them using old Ultraman as their power, but that's just me.
The fusion up.
Fusion up. Although the Demon Driver is amazing. And Mark can't wait to wear it everywhere. Yeah, I agree with you, Mark. That driver is amazing. I like the squishy. I
They
also
have a squishy driver?
I really say, well, yeah, the Demon's driver, when he presses it, it's squishy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, the orb driver is it for me.
I will say one of the coolest parts of Demons is the 6 eyes. I think that, and then how they go.
That debut. Okay, let's quick for the debuts because I haven't seen Gene's debut yet.
Okay,
myself, but of the two, do they establish Demons better? Because that was damn impressive, bro. His henshin with the eyes, and then he just kicks Evil's ass more or less.
I mean,
but
Evil's henshin is kind of cool. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Eeny, meeny, miny,
it's growing on me.
I still dig it. It's catchy. But yeah, the Demons with the chung chung chung. It got me. And then you get the amp mic levels kind of thing going on.
Everything about it is growing on me.
I will say the least favorite thing on Demons is the spiderweb explosion across him. That's the only thing I'm not a huge fan of, but it doesn't bother me as much when he's running around kicking ass. So
yeah. What about Live? What do you think of Live?
Live is cool. He's got that whole John Wick thing going on where he's keeping the gun close and doing his own kind of.
That's all he is, right?
Stuff. Yeah, he's just John Wick.
Fu?
Yeah, he's John Wick.
I'm okay with it because
I'm fine with it. It's cool. I'm down for that. He's Leon Kennedy in Resident Evil is what he is. He's not even John Wick. He's trying to be John Wick.
So he doesn't even use the other form at all. He doesn't use.
He has not since Kagero went back to sleep.
I see.
Yeah, and we're getting Jackal Live soon since he still has the Jackal stamp. So Live and Evil's thing seems to be they swap out the helmets. Revy gets the full suit, and then Demon changes an armor too, and Sakura gets the weapons. So
trying to find a picture of Live that's useful.
Live Jackal. Yeah, Live Jackal looks pretty cool. It's the X8 one. So pretty sick.
So before we end Revice, we got the trailer for the movie coming out.
Yep. We got the new which we saw Sentry in motion. Which like I said, when we were talking about those first images, I like Sentry a lot more when he's moving than the weird blow up suit looking still.
Yeah, somehow it takes away from the overly glossiness of him. In some of these shots, he has a different chest. Yep. So I guess some power is generated that way.
Yeah, Peacemaker and I were talking about it earlier this week on one of the streams where he seems to have a hero form and a berserk form almost.
That's
and the belt may change depending on that too.
Let me see. I have
that sort of thing.
I have one here. Click it here. Here, this is I guess.
Mark likes the music change during the live henshin. It gets more gospel-y, which is kind of cool. I like the white bats. The white bats are a nice touch.
Oh, I'm all about that. Yep. All right, so that's the berserker form, I guess, and then he has his standard hero, which is the hero same image that we see.
The one that we saw where he's got the blue chest. Standard. I think it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm assuming the belt's going to change a little bit too. His eyes were blue in the other one, I think too. His eyes were a different color. Pink?
Yeah, they're pink.
Is that what it is? Yeah. They were a different color. I knew that. He definitely looks a lot better in motion. We don't see a lot of him doing his thing.
Literally a fraction of a second or two, but yeah.
Yeah, and I mean it's going to be for Berserk, Animal Rider, predatory things in general. I love Amazons, so I'm down for anyone who fights like Haruka.
So, I mean, other than what we like about Revice, I mean, we do have some unfortunate news to touch on as well.
So I might as well just get into the news over the last couple of weeks. One of what I was saying earlier about things that may be happening and us not knowing about them is there was a lawsuit filed against Toei. Let me pull up I have it here. Where is it? There was a big long letter filed against Toei essentially citing overwork and sexual harassment and all kinds of not great things. And so Revice behind the scenes has just had a shit show of a time. This literally started with, Vice's actor coming out as super racist.
Yeah.
Not great.
Unforgivably so.
Yeah, unforgivably racist to the point where I debated watching the show. Then this came out, and honestly, I was on episode 4. I was I don't even know if I really want to watch the rest of the show.
Right.
That's not cool.
You separate the talent from the product. You can try.
You can try.
I mean, you have to do that with music sometimes, but in terms of accepting it, you don't have to.
I don't know if you've kept up with, and this is not as much of a tangent as more, this does relate actually to what we're talking about. I don't know if you've kept up with the news in the video game world lately. So the Activision Blizzard stuff, have you heard anything about this Activision Blizzard stuff?
Yeah, I know about that. Yes, so, but that's like the most piggish. Oh, God,
Bobby Kotick is a disgusting animal.
And that's the point, is like where you drive the level of talent versus the person, is that's the line that fucking shatters. Like, that's an irredeemable asshole. Like, no, I can't.
It's fine. And it comes back to a quote I heard on another podcast called there's no ethical consumption under capitalism. And like, not to get I'm gonna get super soapboxy for a second, just because I had an existential crisis about this earlier this week.
Lay it on me.
Yeah, so I was trying to think, like, man, I don't know if I really want to support Revice. I don't know if I really want to cover it on the podcast. I don't really know if I want to do this. And then I was like, Activision. I'm not buying Activision games for a while. I have a couple already. I have Diablo 3. I have Sekiro, that kind of thing. I'm not going to support that company unless they do certain things. And then you kind of get into the mode of like, well, if they're shit, who else is shit? And then you remember that Nestle owns about everything. Right. Literally just about everything. And even like Capcom had some not great stuff. Like, there's literally, and it's varying degrees. I'm not saying everyone's on the Bobby Kotick level. It's just... Right. It's literally impossible to like live in our modern world if you think like that. And it's kind of frustrating, and like, well, maybe I will just bury my head just a little bit because, oh man.
The adage, never meet your hero, right? You know, that whole idea of
that's
when
exactly
you look behind the curtain. Right. Yes. So there are levels of realities that you have to be willing to acknowledge and recognize that are reality. Does that make them acceptable? No.
Not at all.
And that's why stuff like this is important, because once you start to turn the stones over, people get brave enough to start kicking more over. Yeah. You know, and it becomes a domino, of course, and then sometimes it goes too far. But the point is that it's a start of a change.
Yes, and Peacemaker brought up another great one, because a huge series, if literally anyone with any kind of pulse on pop culture may have heard of, Arcane came out recently. The show on Netflix, League of Legends show. That is owned by Riot Games. Riot Games is arguably the same stuff with Activision Blizzard. They had that same stuff come out. So like, they're a very similar boat, and it's like, man, but like Arcane's really good.
And like, I didn't see it yet.
No, it's quite fantastic. I'm on episode 4, but it's one of these things where like you can very easily find yourself in like a black hole of depression, thinking about like all of these things and just how all of these companies are so bad. And I'm not saying like this stuff needs to be ignored, like this needs to be talked about. And I think
can't be ignored.
It literally can't. And I think in this kind of world, it's like you said, it's very extremely important that we talk about it. We can't just like sweep it under the rug. Like it needs to be talked about so that people in positions, unlike myself at this point, because I am general consumer man number 7, who has, I don't exactly have millions of followers, so I don't have any kind of voice like that.
Even the position that we have, the fact that we're at least getting it out there, just to at least begin the conversation. You might have a different viewpoint, which is totally fine, but the idea is start the discussion and get people talking about it, because it's not something that you can't ignore a dead elephant. You know what I mean? That's going to stink. So now that we see it, let's do something.
Don't say, hey, what's that dead elephant? No, nothing. Don't worry about that. Like that's not how this works. You know what I mean? Yeah, Peacemaker, Insomniac, just crunch in the industry in general. I could do an entire podcast alone on like crunch and unethical workplace in the games industry. I worked in it.
Crunch industry entirely.
I literally lived it. So I know. It's soapboxy, and I'm sorry if that's how you feel and you don't agree with that, but like it needs to be talked about. Like that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And it's really unfortunate that Toei, yes, you need to acknowledge that these things are happening and you need to fix them as they come up. Like you need to address these things, not just go, okay, no, they're kind of crazy, just ignore them. It's
because it's all you do is generate more alienation.
There's no ethical consumption under capitalism.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's just, it sucks. It sucks. It really does. And especially with Revice, like it already had enough flack as it is. And I think it being good is kind of I don't know. No one really talks about the voice actor for Vice anymore. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. And this is a little different because this is an actual lawsuit. That's kind of the thing too. This is a literal lawsuit that's happening. This isn't just like some stuff found on an Instagram. This is an actual lawsuit.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's bad.
It sucks.
It's bad all over. Yeah. But it's something that, regardless if they, I mean, in Japan, I'm sure it's different. In terms of the severity, maybe, but considering Toei's attempt to branch out to the Western market, this is something that they have to address if they truly want to extend out here because of the culture's temperature right now. You know?
Yeah. And it can't be the white text on the black screen. Oh my goodness.
Sorry, we're dicks.
Yeah. Sorry, we regret everything. Period.
Yeah.
Like that's man, that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit.
But take it as a lesson, Toei. People are paying attention now.
I know. Toei, I love you. I really do. But please do the right
Obviously.
thing. Yeah. I know you see this. I know you know what this face looks like.
Yes.
So I love you. I love you. Please.
We're here.
Yeah. Peacemaker mentioned the What Happened series. Yes, I love the What Happened series. I am a huge fan of Matt McMuscles and the Best Friends guys in general.
What Happened? Yeah.
What Happened is a great series that talks about how overwork is a disaster for game development, because that entire series is about games and movies and all that kind of stuff that have failed and their kind of background stories. Like they cover, speaking of Toku, they cover Godzilla 98 and the nonsense that was and how that was a completely different movie. And then TriStar and Toho got involved and it just...
He's a big Toku guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he loves Godzilla. Yeah, he loves Godzilla. He knows what Kamen Rider is. I don't know if he's super into it, but they've talked about Kamen Rider a few times back when they had the Super Best Friends.
One of us.
Yeah.
One of us.
Yeah. So that's what it is. Just rip that Band-Aid off. Why not? Let's get it out of the way.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, we know we're talking about it. You know, we want everybody to be aware that it's not something that can be or should be missed. How do I put this? Soft-handed.
Yeah, we don't want to underplay like the severity of the situation.
We're not trying to preach anything to you. Nope. We're just letting you know the news, the reality, and hopefully the push for an improvement that we.
And unfortunately, if you think too hard, you may put yourself into a existential crisis on how you are living your life. That may or may not be part of why I chop my hair off. It's fine.
Carl, just buy the shiny rider. Just buy the shiny rider and go home.
Buy the shiny and shut up. Oh man, they had. Speaking of shiny riders, not to get off topic. Actually, this is actually on topic because it has to do with the news. So, Team Rider is actually at San Diego Comic-Con right now, now. And they had a huge belt display, because I'm going to try and brighten this mood a little bit. That got a little heavy, got a little soupy, but it's important. Again, it's important. But why we're all here, the fun Toku things. They had a belt display of all of the Kamen Rider belts, and I put up, my 2 cents on the situation, where I very conveniently zoomed into a certain BLADE rider.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Blade is the thing. Blade is great. I love Blade.
Oh, that's right. Blade Army.
Yeah. Blade Gang. Get it right. We are a goddamn gang. We are not organized in an army.
My blade.
My blade. My blade. Oh, man. So let me try and pull up the display here. Very cool, very big spread of all 50 riders that we've had now.
Oh, my goodness. Can you imagine?
Is it 50 at this point? It is 50, right?
Oh, I see. Oh, hi.
Yeah. Hello. Bring this up. This is the first half here.
Oh, my goodness.
And right up here, if you were watching, you can see Blade Gang. Mark knows. Mark's here. Mark's hanging out. He is the Garen to my Blade for the Blade Gang. Oh, we're both just Blade. We can both be kings.
Tachibana-san?
I love you, king.
Tachibana-san?
Tachibana-san? Oh let me tell you. So, speaking of which, I started watching Blade again because, of course, I did. And I can tell you, without a doubt in my mind, that Tachibana is the tertiary rider.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
We can start this argument. We can have a Puto Tira level argument about this. Tachibana is the tertiary rider. I don't give a shit what anyone else says. Hajime is the secondary. All right?
Defend your thesis.
Defend my thesis. How many secondaries or tertiaries get a final form that is on par with the main character?
During the show?
During the show.
Okay, fair enough.
Hajime gets a king form. What does Tachibana get? He gets thrown into an ocean. He gets thrown into a goddamn ocean with a very cool broken helmet scene, I might add. But he gets thrown into an ocean. Hajime gets an actual king form.
How many get broken helmets? Secondaries get broken helmets.
How many Kamen Riders in general get broken helmets?
7.
I'm pretty sure it's less than that. Oh man, Blade, one of the amazing things that it did great and fantastic we need more of is broken helmets. I brought up the pen to break a point.
Helmet
broken helmets
has to be a bigger thing. Sakura has to do it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, look at these belts.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the belts, yes. The entire display. Oh, you have the whole thing here. Cool. Sick, yes. Nasty, bro. This is the full display, the full history, and AJ from Team Rider had my back and was like, how can we get this man a Blade belt? My man, AJ, if you're listening to this, I love you.
Look at that. Look at these.
Another thing, if anyone's been watching the live streams, we modded Kamen Rider Kiva into Dark Souls 3. So I am now running around in Kiva Emperor armor in Dark Souls 3.
You don't need anything else now. You're good.
No, that's it. And
do you have the Twin Prince sword?
No, because I'm running fists. Literally, I'm punching things.
Oh, you're using Tatsalot. Nice.
I'm using just my hands.
Just my fists. We're
squaring up with Pontiff Sullivan and the Twin Princes and the Nameless King. We're just throwing the hands.
How's Kiva doing in that? That sounds like a fair fight. They might stand a chance.
Honestly, it's a lot of fun. I've been through Dark Souls dozens of times at this point, and I am having so much fun punching things.
I am excited to play Elden Ring because of how much I miss playing Dark Souls.
I know gonna be amazing.
I know I have to suspend all of my get good at Dark Souls because God knows I'm gonna pick up that stick for Elden Ring and be embarrassed for like 3 hours.
It's fine. It's gonna be the biggest, most delicious, satisfying game they have so far. So if you go in cold, it's gonna be even more worth it. So you'll be surprised with every little thing. And then like even the little bit that I played Sekiro, like I realized how get good I had to get with that, and I'm like, okay, so this is how they're gonna be from now on. They're not gonna be slower. They're gonna be this. Yeah, no, this intense. Elden Ring is literally the combination of just about everything they've done so far. There's a jump button like in Sekiro. There's Bloodborne style dodges and counters. There's all kinds of new ripostes. The whole mounting system on your horse, Ashitaka. Like,
oh yeah, that's right. It is.
Your elk.
Yeah, that beastie that he rides. Yeah.
Yeah, it's named Torrent, I believe.
Torrent.
No. Yeah.
Oh, the thing in the game is called Torrent.
Gotcha. The goat thing. Yeah, I don't remember what Ashitaka's is.
Me neither.
Yeah, it's the red elk from Princess Mononoke. But yeah, no, that game is going to be amazing, and they brought twin blades back, and I'm super excited to use a twin blade, and they have blood magic. Blood magic. If someone mods in Emperor Kiva into that game, I can actually be Kiva and use blood magic and do all kinds of crazy nonsense.
Hint, nudge, wink.
All I'm saying, there's a jump button, and if we have a fist, we could actually get a rider kick in Dark Souls.
Please.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. For me, FromSoft, if you're listening,
I mean, even if it's like
a punch weapon, when you jump and attack or jumping R2, make it a rider kick.
Even if they don't render it, if it just looks like you just lift up and then drop down like a foot dive,
I'm down for a foot dive. I'm down for that. Let me bless these feet, and I will foot dive you.
Foot dive.
Yeah. Give me the blessed feet of a foot dive.
That has to be one of your Kamen Rider's finishers. Foot dive.
So I have new art coming. I haven't told the masses yet, but I have new art coming of my Kamen Rider. So but one of them is, I know you have a whole spiel, but I'll give you the floor at the end of this, so you can just go nuts with it.
Appreciate it.
One of my finishers is a burning finger because G Gundam is one of my favorite things.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, good one. That is one of the finishers. Another one for a different form will most likely be a foot dive of some kind.
It has to be. Just to shamelessly plug ourselves for a bit. We have a video where we were playing Tekken, and there was a minute and I think a whole minute and a half of a round where we were just dying trying to hit each other with a foot dive from Panda. Hey, okay, sorry. Now I can't get that out of my head, bro.
I'm gonna find a link and put it in our Discord right now.
We were like hooked on something, and we were just like, I'm gonna hit you with this kick.
I think that's gonna happen. I want to say we had done the we played like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and then we immediately went into like Tekken Tag.
It was just reckless. We were just like on a fighting game drive, and it was, that was just ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, bro, like the foot dive has to be, and then it has to come down like the misogi. You just have to come straight down.
Yep. So here is a oh boy, this is so we had a YouTube channel many moons ago. Let's see if it'll let me post the link.
Quite a few.
I put it in the chat. I will put it in the Discord as well. So this is a link to many moons ago. We had a YouTube channel, and this is a playlist of all of our fighting game episodes.
Chip damage. That's
Chip
what it was.
Damage, baby. This was our Console Kings was our old channel. We played a whole bunch of stuff, and I believe it is in the. If you look at this playlist, there's it is the Tekken Tag Tournament 2 episode, where it is actually called Foot Dive. We spend a good 5 minutes trying to foot dive each other with various characters. I remember King was one of them because that was when I was like enlightened to King, and at all times I would try his exploder and just call it Foot Dive.
That's what began your fascination with the King, was Tekken Tag Tournament 2?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, because remember, I played Zafina, and then I also played a little bit of Lars, but it was mainly Zafina, and then Tekken Tag 2 came out, and they like slowed Zafina down, like she didn't feel right. So I was like, I need a new character, but I always wanted to learn King. It's just obviously his grapples are very intimidating. Gotcha. And I was like, I'm going to rip this Band-Aid off, and that's when I started playing King. And then that's when I also played Bake. Is Bake and King.
Oh my God, Beck.
Yeah.
Beck. Oh, I hated you with him.
Yeah, we got those poison toes. We gave him the stand
I hated you with him. And then Alex with Warong. It was like coming at me both ways. I couldn't get it. Oh,
you couldn't get away from it.
No.
That was also when I got into Yoshimitsu, I believe, too. All kinds of stuff. Yeah. No, that was... we put ungodly hours in Tekken Tag 2.
Nice memories. Good memories.
Good memories. But
check it out. Check it out. You might dig it.
That whole channel is nonsense. Like, that was from over 10 years ago.
It's literally us just going bananas because we were just figuring this out. We're like, how do we do this? I don't know. Let's just do it.
Let's just do it. That's what we got. Literally, I would haul like a production truck's worth of equipment to his house every couple of weekends, and we would just record for like 16 hours. And
we would have like wires hanging over us. Like, I wish we had more behind the scenes stuff. It was like
There's an amazing episode. I highly recommend you guys go watch the Lost Planet 2 playthrough.
Oh God.
There is so many things in there, including an entire episode where we put on our alternate characters, Gangrene Gus and Chance the Aviage.
Gangrene Gus was playing that whole episode.
It's like 45 minutes of us voicing these ridiculous characters.
There's one of my favorites is Alex yelling at me for an entire episode. We were playing the same Lost whatever it was, and I just wasn't paying attention, dude. I don't know what I was doing. I just wasn't with it, and he was getting so mad.
It was if anyone's familiar with the game, you're in a train and you have to release these bombs into this like worm thing's mouth before it eats the train. They did it like 3 times, and I'm just sitting here dying because his brother Alex is just losing his mind at
antagonizing us the whole time, mind you. He's poking us to get more mad at each other. Just like
it's so good. Oh my goodness, it was so funny. And he's just and if you get to the back, we'll do this.
We'll do this, and it'll be over, and we win. Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh man, we had a lot of fun with that channel. Oh man.
God. Okay. Wow, good trip. That was a nice trip down
Nostalgia Lane.
Great. It was great.
So Team Riders at San Diego Comic-Con.
They're at Comic-Con with this awesome belt display.
And they had the displays there, and also I just saw Demons' Vice stamp. So he has the turtle, the mole, and the scorpion. It is V3, Amazon, and X. Kamen Rider X. That's the 3 that he uses.
X, nice. Okay, I dig that.
Yeah. So they do have I closed Toku Nation. Damn it.
So will he get the Rival Cane?
I hope so. Possibly.
Rival Cane? Is it? No, I forget what it is.
So at the beginning of the stream, Chris popped in here and mentioned, if you're still here, Chris, what's up? Mentioned they wouldn't sell you the display. How hard did you try, Mark? How many zeros did you put behind it? That's all I'm saying.
Just egg them on a little bit, man. Just butter them up a little bit more.
Just mention Gaim. You just got to scream Gaim at David, and then he'll give you pretty much whatever you want. It's how I get it on all the panels. I just email him every once in a while. I'm like, Gaim.
I'm telling you, man, I got your back. I will Gaim it up.
Yeah. So he had mentioned I can't think right now. Oh my goodness. Oop, clicking on things I shouldn't be clicking on. He mentioned the panel that they went through. So it was Team Rider and Shout Factory and a couple other guys at the panel. And he mentioned a dubs versus subs debacle. And essentially what this equated to is there was a Q&A session. They showed the 01 movie. They did.
The whole movie?
The whole movie, real time. This might have been before or after, but they showed the movie. They premiered it. And essentially they had asked Shout Factory, Ari of Shout Factory, some questions. Team Kamen Rider did. And some of his responses people weren't so much of a fan of. So I'm just going to run down the list real quick and read some of these. So Team Kamen Rider asked, do you want an adaptation or do you want an original creation? Can we get more series on Blu-ray? Shout Factory Ari answers, if 01 does well, we can approach it. We talked about maybe a box set for the original series, but we're a small company, so we need to see the return on what's already being done. Makes sense.
We got that part.
Yeah.
We'll handle that part. Dude.
Yeah. Is there any way we can ask for specific seasons or series to be brought over? Use social channels. I can tell you I haven't gotten a ton of requests for Dragon Knight, followed by Metal Heroes, but we talk to our own departments and Toei and come up with a plan after that. So hashtag Kamen Rider, hashtag, whatever you want to see, let them know at Shout Factory. Obviously be respectful. Come on now.
Okay. Please don't antagonize them.
What about maybe dubbing a series? So this is the one that kind of got everyone all in a tiffy. Ari answers, I'm sorry, I really hate those, and then chuckles. So how people took that was, maybe you shouldn't answer it like that when it comes to, dubs and subs and things, and it doesn't your personal preference shouldn't affect a
fair enough, right?
A production like that. But at the same time, Chris mentioned it earlier too, Shout Factory doesn't do dubs, so
maybe that's what he's referencing rather
possibly
than
I think
a total dismissal of the idea. I think
there was definitely there might have been a delivery mishap kind of thing. Like, I don't think Ari was like, no, get your dubs out of here, you trash. I don't think that was the case.
Unless they're trash dubs.
Unless they're trash dubs. I mean, we've all seen some pretty bad dubs. But at the same time, I just, that's the hot, literally, like right now.
I see. I mean, I guess I'm going to take that as personal because there's no, in terms of, personal. If they take it back to if he's, like they say, take it back to their markets, their own people are going to be like, what? No.
So, I mean, let me ask you guys in the chat. Would you want a dub or a sub of that? Or would you want, would you want a dub or would you want your own creation of it? Kind of like a Dragon Knight, an adaptation. But in the, besides that, yes, Mark brought it back up. I'm going to bring it up again. Blade is officially better than Gaim, and we have actual. That's not
official. There's no official. I don't want
actually official.
Nope. Stop with your officialness.
And then to also respectfully request Blade, Wizard, and Ghost. Yes.
No. I will fight you. I will fight you.
But yeah, I don't know. Personally, for me, I would rather them just sub it than dub it. I understand there's the barrier sometimes that comes for that kind of thing.
Right.
I would. If the conversation was, should we do both? I would make the subs the primary, and then you could always switch it to a dub. That would be my suggestion.
It's all about the quality, really. It really does come down to the quality.
Peacemaker hits the nail on the head. For accessibility purposes, sure, but it shouldn't be prioritized over the sub.
Right. I think, again, the sub is obviously the easiest, fastest way to get it out. But I mean, to dub it up and you give a shit quality dub, you're going to destroy it before you even send it out. You know what I mean? So I think on the sake of safety, at least until the Western market proves profitable, I can understand the hesitation.
Well, like I said, I mean, if they want to get into dubs, I'm available. I want to be a Kamen Rider.
Bro. All right.
But yes, Mark says the same thing. Personally, he prefers dubs or subs, but he thinks that dubbed would broaden the audience and make more money. And he has some friends that won't even watch anime unless it's dubbed. I totally get that. I do.
See, but that's okay. Yeah, but if you're gonna have I guess it's an acceptance of the at least you're consuming the media. You know what I mean? At least you're willing to do that. You know what I mean? I can't say, oh no, I don't want it at all if it's still coming and it's gonna be at least something that I can work with. So I don't know, it's a give and take because there's so much that goes wrong. There's so much more that could go wrong if they just don't do it.
And that's why I'm saying personally, like I would, if you want to do both, I think, again, like Peacemaker said, don't prioritize the dubs. But if you want to do both, make the sub the default and then make the dub optional. You know what I mean?
As it should be. As it should be.
Chris is back. Mark also says I can voice Blade and he'll voice Garen. Man. Mark, I love you. You're my boy. I love you, Mark.
Then I'm Joker.
You're Joker? That's fine.
Then I'm Joker, damn it.
Chris does understand the frustration about dub versus sub. However, he's now typing probably a huge text thing. But yes, no, I think it should be subs first, then dubs. But I do totally understand where people are coming from. I do. Right. I get it. I don't know. I think it might have been a delivery, like miscommunication, or even like how the internet took a talk to text, transcript of the interview. Chris, were you there? Did you hear this interaction? I don't know if you were actually at the panel or not. I'm assuming someone from Toku Nation was there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to even understand, because when you do the dubs,
you have a recording.
There's gonna be the granted adaptation in that regard as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, that's tough, man. That's gonna be tough. I would rather than them focus the effort on adaptation.
Yeah, I would rather. The question, is it possible sometimes down the road, if things are right, could we maybe get a dub? Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely. But you have to have the right studio. You have to not sacrifice the story. You know what I mean? Like the old the days of old dubbing for Digimon, the original Digimon episodes.
Listen,
where they hacked up the story to give us something else.
Listen.
So. I'm not saying that's not a part of my childhood. I get it.
Love the dub of
the Digidestined are always right here. So I guess we'll touch on that later, because I have gotten a couple episodes of Ghost, the Ghost game, whatever.
Yeah,
I'm interested.
Okay,
but anyway.
So this is what Chris is saying. After that, they asked the question of sometime down the road, if things are right, could we get a dub? And Ari slumps back in his chair and he says, I really hate dubs. And the panel begins joking about fan dubs, etc. So that's kind of how But
that's what they're asking for anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you want shitty dubs, you're gonna get the fan dubs that are not gonna be able to do the quality that you want.
I think a prime example of this would be actually Squid Game, that just came out recently, for a modern take on that. So Squid Game, from what I understand, has a very good dub, a solid dub, but the translation is absolute trash.
So they changed it completely.
So a lot of the subtlety in characters in the writing itself is lost in the translation, because it's not.
I see. Yeah, they did that with the one chick.
Yeah, like it's kind of like an interpretation almost, not a direct translation.
Right. They take the idea of what they're saying and then resculpt it. Yeah.
Let me see.
Too much.
A lot of chats coming in. Sorry guys, I'm trying to keep up with them at the same time.
Good. You lose a lot of the flavor. Then that's the point. It's like that's what you can't sacrifice.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're wasting effort. So, is there a way to dub Kamen Rider? Obviously, because they do it with Sentai. They did it with Sentai in the helmets. There's so much that you could do.
Yeah. If
they do like expositing in the helmets.
Could you imagine if we got like a DBZ abridged, but it was like Kamen Rider abridged, where they like CG some mouth flaps on people and stuff?
Like, just everybody gets
change an entire episode for what you really think. Like, all Kenzaki actually says is Tachibana every time he opens his mouth.
That's his only line. And then the subtitles are what he actually says. So it's just Tachibana in every line. Tachibana. Quick,
just
go
Kamen
to
Rider
get the driver.
Would be amazing. That's your fan dub, guys. That's our new project. We're gonna do Kamen Rider abridged. We're gonna pick a season. We're gonna make like 8 episodes, and we're just gonna
pick
do
a season.
Ridiculous
I love
nonsense.
how you say pick a season, and we're not doing Blade.
Yeah.
I love how you say pick a season.
I like to give people false hope that they have a choice in this.
You're such a castle.
Okay, so let me read some of these chats because they're getting lengthy.
My bad, guys. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Mark says subbed back dubbed is a timeless debate. Verse dubbed, as you can't please everyone, as it's also early in Kamen Rider coming to the West. Finally, I could see a dub down the road. The releases get popular here, and it's worth putting the money into producing subs. I agree. I'd be down for that. It has to be a quality dub, or otherwise you remind everyone of all those bad dubs from the early days of anime coming to the States.
But aren't your best memories of some of the bad dubs, though? I mean, dude.
It is.
Okay, let me point to you one thing that I know you and I agree on very much so. All right, ready? On a wildfire, flap. No, come on, you can't beat that in terms of English.
Yeah, no, I mean, to be fair, Ronin Warriors is amazing, and you could literally have them like, you could replace the sounds with like mouth farts, and I'd still watch 52 episodes of that because Ronin Warriors is goddamn amazing.
I'm telling you, but I mean, that's when I think of like bad dub. I think that era, but that's like the exception. Like,
and that's kind of what they were talking about. And Chris says, if he's arguing about Kamen Rider dubs versus subs is like putting the carriage before the horse. Can we get our first official Kamen Rider sub in our hands before we start dubs versus sub argument in a Kamen Rider community? I agree with that. Yeah,
sure. That's why I think down the road.
Yeah, and Mark's saying let's show them Kamen Rider is profitable before we get into this huge argument, and before we invest even more money into bringing it over here. And Peacemaker says, we are equivalently in the early days, like with anime, it has to be one step at a time. Otherwise, everything falls apart, and we are stuck back several years again for the third time. Yep.
Yeah. Let's show them that we're going to make this worth the effort first, and then we'll get what we want out of it. Yeah. And I mean, honestly, like, if people want to fan dub it, why there needs to be more fan dubs if people really want dubs that badly. Like I'm not saying that dubs are easy. That's not what I'm saying at all. Dubs are a lot of work to make them good and make them decent. It is a ton of work. Sure. It is more time that you need to invest than I have in my life to do them. But if people wanted fan dubs, I feel like we would see more fan dubs. But it can't be. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like Kabuto is really the only one. Dude. And I know, part of this is also Toei shutting stuff down. They shut down all, the fan sub-apocalypse. We had Chris on for that episode, the fan sub-apocalypse a couple months ago. Yeah. And, it's part of it is that. It's, them. It's just, yeah. They want to give it to us, but they want us to have it how they wanted to give it to us. So it's going to be, we have to be patient, I guess, as... Chris is saying, just FYI, broadcasted negatively about Kamen Rider towards U.S. companies gets Toei's butthole to pucker when it comes to releasing Kamen Rider here. Just, it is what it is. If we can't tell you the truth, then you're not ready to hear anything. Honestly, I think some of it is just like, it kind of like Nintendo. It's a little bit of dinosaur brain, I think. And maybe, I don't know financials. I'm not good at that stuff. Chris might be able to weigh in on, financial histories, or even, anyone who's more familiar with the history of that side of things. Definitely. I'm sure they've at some point poured more money into it than, because they thought it was going to take off like Power Rangers or something. It could have been. But you're talking about a generation before. You know what I mean? It's just, it's a generational gap that you have to venture into. There might be like a business thing as to why they're so hesitant and careful about bringing it over. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think take the dive, bro. It can't. I mean, what's the you can't hurt anymore given what you went through in 2020. Yeah. My thing is, you can't, like, it's not like the audience isn't here for it. You know what I mean? Like, we're literally watching it whether it's officially released or not. So you might as well make profit off it. You might not. You know who you are. You might as well make profit off it. You might not the first year, you might not the second year, but once you start to see what direction you need to push the product in, go for it. You'll see. It's always telling you. We're telling you because we want it, damn it. We're not telling you because we don't want it. We're just, do it better. Yeah. Mark made a good analogy. He doesn't go into a restaurant and tell the chef how to cook his meal unless it's bacon, because it needs to be crispy and it's the only way he'll allow it. And he just pays for it and eats it. I mean, you can ask for, how you want your steak, but at the end of the day, they're going to season it how they season it and all those kind of things. You have a point, Mark. But the point is do you come back for the second bite? Yeah. I'll eat that shit. I'm paying for it. I'm gonna eat it. Get out of here. Nah, fuck all that. Nah, I'm gonna eat it, bro. I'm paying for it. This is because I got botulism from a fucking restaurant one time. That's your fault. It's like first time I have a questionable bite of anything, I'm like, yeah, okay. That's fine. I'll take the botulism. Bring on the worms. Let's do this. I agree. I think we all agree that at least getting it here is the first step, and then the sales and our echoes are gonna dictate, hopefully, how much we get thereafter. But Chris says there is a reason it isn't here. It's kind of funny and incredibly frustrating. And then Peacemaker also says there's also a story with the Gaim Soto sets that it's nobody's fault, but it still kind of sucks. And remind you of where the totem pole for those figures is. Okay. And then Mark says he'll leave a 5-star review just so we can get more Food Raider. Exactly.
Right? I will buy. Listen, if it keeps your store alive, I will order whatever shitty special you have. If you have good other food, I will order my Forza Blu-rays if that means I could get Blade. Damn it.
The special Blu-rays, the V Cinema. Oh my god!
I don't care what it is. I will order any Forza Blu-ray if it means I get Blade. I don't give a shit.
You're right. You're right. I truly suspect that it is going to. It's just, we're impatient because it's finally getting here. We're just like, oh my god, it's right here. Like,
yeah,
like that's.
And I
think that's
what is it? Quarter one, I believe 01 is releasing. I don't know if we have an actual date, but it's quarter one. Like, it's releasing there. And it's just like, it's coming. It's coming. I know it's frustrating. It's coming. Relax. It's coming. There's a belief in certain areas of Bandai and Toei that believe Kamen Rider is a kid's property and thus has to follow the typical kid's property outline if releasing it in the US, i.e. Power Rangers.
Okay. Yeah.
So
sure, but that doesn't mean we won't turn in. We're not gonna. It's just like when they release
that's Dinosaur Brain. It's Dinosaur Brain. That's exactly what it is.
I mean, but when you release the Jurassic Park movie or when you release the Mortal Kombat movie, who's really gonna go? No, us, the ones who grew up with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're gonna release it for the kids, but we're gonna be the ones paying attention.
Yeah, it's like I said, Dinosaur Brain. It's why Nintendo hasn't upgraded their online. It's why, they're doing this, that, and the other. It's a very typical. I feel like I shouldn't generalize that statement, but I feel like it is a common thing in large Japanese companies like Toei or any of the game developers, stuff like that. It's Dinosaur Brain.
That's the understandable frustration from us.
Yeah, but it's dinosaur business brain. That's what it is.
We'll reiterate that the patience that we're going to give them now is going to pay off. As long as we buy
Mark said, "Will it be kids' toy pricing? Because that means I can buy more."
There you go.
Right? If I could pay $20 for a Blade CSM, I would buy like 30,000 of them.
Oh my god.
Just not $600, please.
All right. So when we do this fan dub, I'm absolutely Joker. Please.
You're Hajime? You're going to play Hajime?
I'm absolutely Hajime.
Okay.
Yes.
Sick.
I'll be Hajime. Absolutely. Oh, God. I can't stand it. Just to die.
Chris says, us. We want the belts at the same time as the show, Bandai, but the show doesn't air there. Us. We'll still buy it, Bandai, but it's for children, and if children can't watch it, there's no reason to sell it in the U.S. That's essentially the Dinosaur Brain.
And then us are like,
yeah, but I want it.
But is this logic?
Oh my goodness. So yeah, I would say that's the big, most relevant story. I don't think last time we met, there's one other ginormous story I would like to talk about.
Yes.
I don't think we talked about it last time, and that's the Black Sun announcement.
Oh, wait. We need photos because, dude, oh my God. These guys.
Well, why don't you find them while I find a couple other minor stories and things. They did announce the Kuga manga is coming. And then they also announced a whole bunch of figure arts, a whole shit ton of figure arts. Let me tell you, the bros are eating good lately. This 10-year anniversary and a whole bunch of figure arts. They got Super Tataba and the Baraka Kawani, the Cobra one with the shield arms. They got a whole bunch of great figure arts and all kinds of other stuff. I think they announced Kamen Rider Eden too. Did I see that correctly? Eden, I believe they announced as well from 01, the movie.
He's getting his own movie. Really?
No. Wow. They announced his figure art.
Oh, figure art. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
So, and then the 10 Gokaiger thing came out, the 10th anniversary.
Yes, that
came out.
Yeah,
with the Battleizer.
The Battleizer. Look, okay. All right, I'm getting used to it, but it's still jarring. It's still like, ooh, okay. He looks front heavy. Like,
yeah. No, it looks like he'll tip over if you run too fast.
Yeah.
Peacemaker says the Kuga volume, or the Kuga manga is 17 volumes and maybe long, or maybe more, and is the first official crossover of Kuga and Agito.
Crossover.
Yeah, it's the.
So are they officially canonizing that they're related? I hope, or maybe Agito is like a Carnage.
Well, it was always implied that they take place in the same universe because they do still call them unidentified life forms and a few other things mentioned throughout Agito. Kind of harken back to Kuga. And Chris says, stay tuned for more comic news.
Always.
Is Radiant Black showing up in an episode of Kamen Rider? Is that the comic news?
Radiant. Hold on. I have something to show you guys. So, as a gift, yeah. as a gift, my brother got me this Radiant Black.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, you know about this?
Oh, I know about Radiant Black. I have the first 6 episodes or issues.
So I don't. Oh, you're not gonna be able to see it, but
oh goodness,
I got it signed by dude.
Oh, is it Senor Higgins?
Yeah.
Nice,
dude. This is awesome. Awesome story.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the story's great. I stopped right when what's his face, the hunter guy, like ripped out of the portal when all the other Radiant dudes were fighting.
Yeah. I like Radiant Red.
Radiant Red's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like the Radiant. Was that the one who got in the mecha thing? One of them got in like a big mecha suit. Yeah, that was Radiant Red. I like Radiant Red. Radiant Yellow I like because he just rolled up and was like, "Yo, stop being a bunch of shit. Let's do this."
I put up 2 pictures of Black Sun for the design that they released.
For the masses.
Oh my god.
So yeah, this is Black Sun that we're talking about. Chris says he can't comment on anything Kamen Rider book related. Then stay tuned, or Radiant Black, because he's got that hookup with Kyle Higgins.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you saw, I like Radiant Black. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
We like it a lot.
So this is the Black Sun. I believe this is is this the figure art? Yeah, it's the figure art. They released, and then they also released the CSM belt that's coming out. Yes. What do you think about this design?
Bro, I mean, this takes like, the when I first saw it, I got the hint that Tank Ichigo was the direction that we're going to probably take all the Showa redesigns. Mm-hmm. So this is just like a sleeker, bloodborne black. Like, listen, I'm digging everything about
Black it. Sun does a bloodborne head slip, it's game over. I'm going to lose my goddamn mind.
I can't see how how they can't do more with the design in terms of like, see how oh my god, I'm dying. It almost looks like a collar, you know what I mean? Like the chest piece that comes up around the neck looks almost like a collar. So bloodborne to me,
it glows.
Like, oh man,
oh, it doesn't glow.
I dig everything about it.
Yeah, it's a sick design. Chris says Radiant Black and Kamen Rider cannot cross over without Toei saying, okay, listen, Chris, I can kind of sort of not really draw. I will make my own damn crossover, okay?
Yeah, I mean, I can make a main stick figure with a symbol on its head.
Right?
Yeah,
I can draw big bug eyes real good.
This Radiant Black, this Kamen Rider Black, they fight.
Yeah, they fight now. They fight now. Black Sun, Radiant Black. They both say black. Oh, goodness. Yeah, no, this design is super sick. This is very Amazons to me, and I think I said it. One of the streams, I think we were just talking about random stuff earlier this week.
Yeah.
I hope it brings the same energy as Amazon's. Like, let's keep it mature. Let's keep it crazy. I saw I don't know if there's official artwork for Shadow Moon, but I saw like a fan rendition, and this is basically like this, but silver, and then there's hair sticking out the back, and that's Shadow Moon. And whoa. I am all for it.
You think they'll go that direction with it? Yeah.
I think so. Mark, hook it up. Mark, hook it up. He's got a 22-inch Cintiq. I have a Wacom 5 sitting here, but I haven't touched it in like a year, other than when we did our sick. Did you see the Sentai team we designed the other night? Peacemaker was there.
No, I didn't see that.
Randomly, since we're talking about new designs, I'll throw this up in the Discord real quick.
All right, bet, yeah.
This thing's pretty sick. Oop, that's the wrong one. But yeah, no, Black Sun is delicious and beautiful, and I am all here for it. The best part,
the 2 cast for the roles. So they cast an older guy to play Black Sun and the younger brother to be Shadow Moon, but significant age difference.
Really?
Yeah. Like, this guy looks much older, and Shadow Moon is going to be much younger.
Okay. Interesting. So I wonder what that will do. I wonder if that'll bring up the. Oh, there it is. Okay, hang on. Sorry, I'm trying to think and talk and get this at the same time.
No, you're good, because I'm just taking a look.
Yeah, I wonder if that'll affect the relationship between Shadow Moon and Black Sun.
Let's say if they're going to go darker, it might go all the way dark. Maybe it's his actual son.
Discord link expired. Okay, I will get it in just a second.
Fail.
I'll pull it up on the screen too, so you guys can check it out. There it is. Aha! So this is the Sentai we designed the other night.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So pull it up on the screen. So we have a channel points. You guys can use them on, you're racking up points as you're watching, which I appreciate you guys all watching, by the way.
Thanks,
you're
guys.
racking up channel points. We have 3 options that you can choose. I'm going to shamelessly plug this right now because I can. You can design a Sentai, you can design a Rider, or you can design a Kaiju. As a chat, and Peacemaker helped us design this team here. This is our Suplex Sentai Dragon Man. They are monk themed and dragon themed as well. We have our Chinese Ryu dragon with the crazy, fish tendril-y mustache things going on. This last one, yellow, is supposed to be a Quetzalcoatl, and he's almost a luchador. And wrestling was one of the themes as well. And then we have our European dragon with the horns here that is blue.
Because Carl's involved.
Yeah, the quote unquote six ranger would be the 4th in this case, was going to be a female. Toku hot take. Gaim sucks.
No. Carl, you with your blade stuff, man. You with your blade. You see what you're doing? You see what you're doing to Gaim. By Kota's soul.
Gaim sucks. I'm just saying, it was bottom of all of those lists. It was way down there.
Whatever, dude.
So anyway, back to Black Sun. Yes, that's some fun we have on the Discord.
That's amazing. So
I will throw this up. I got to change the link.
Suplex Sentai Dragon one. I dig it.
Suplex Sentai Dragon Man. There's the Discord as well. We were going to switch Discords. I think I'm just going to keep this one, honestly, the Tokudon one. Keep it for the podcast. Have some fun Toku things here. We have another one. There's the Kaiju Carl Discord as well. No one really uses it.
Not very much.
We really don't use it. We record, We record the episodes in our Kaiju, or the Tokudon one. We do all kinds of stuff. So, we'll use this one more. Yeah, but that's essentially Black Sun is the next major thing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, I don't want to try and find the artist rendition. I saw it on Twitter when I was scrolling one day. Is it a hot take if it's true? Mark, can you get out of my head, please?
Listen.
My man, can you get out of my head, please?
All right. Let me put something here for you, okay? Kota would stomp Hajime.
He wouldn't, because Hajime's immortal.
Look, man, I'm not trying to power creep here. That's not fair.
That's the like whole point. Goku versus Superman, and it's like, well, Superman's weak to magic, and Superman goes to a red sun.
Technically speaking, yes. Did you see the death battle where Dio beat Alucard?
I mean, Dio can stop time, literally, so it's fine. Yeah, he can just Zowaldo and do whatever he wants. I'm like, come on now. Please leave.
I was like, how is that even fair? That's not fair. But okay. Anyway, enough with your nonsense, Mark. We'll deal with you later.
Blasphemy. Oh, man.
How can you be so mean?
That was really the last of the major news. I just really wanted to touch on Black Sun because I know you were going to get excited for it. And I was as well. I'm super excited.
It's going to be dark, right? It's going to be like adultish.
Yes, it should be anyway. I'm pretty sure that's what, like I said, I want them to go with the Amazon's energy. I want them to bring, Kamen Rider to the adults and prove that it doesn't need to be a kid show since we were just talking about it.
That's true.
So,
oh, this looks dope. Hold on. I found this just randomly and you're going to like it because it's like almost mecha.
Okay.
And then we can move on.
I like mecha. I'm a fan of the mechas. Oh, hello. This is fun.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. That's a Mecha Rider. Give me a Mecha Rider. Let me get something better than Robo Rider. That's for sure. Oh my goodness.
There you go. Here's another one.
I'm down for that. I mean, I love that whole series that I forget who they are on Twitter. They do the Gundam X.
This is like Crisis RX.
Gross.
Crisis RX.
Crisis RX.
Anyway, Toku Tangent.
Kamen Rider Black. I'm here for it. I'm down for it. 2022. It's going down. 2022 is going to be a good year, and then the year after that is when we get Shin Kamen Rider. So
that'll be dope.
That'll be great. Gonna be great. Let me just give a quick scroll in the news feeds here and make sure there's not anything else I missed. I don't think there's anything major other than a bunch of toy announcements and things. They got some Transformers 4. Oh, Avataro Sentai Dawn Brothers. That's a pretty big one.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's like this silhouette, right? Is that actually legit?
That is legit.
So the theory that I've been hearing is that it's continuing on with the same
Zenkaiger
universe, correct?
Yes, it is essentially Zenkaiger season 2, from what I understand.
So since that's the case, if this Dawn Brothers thing, if it's a new one, all right, are they taking Zenkaiger over full time to not be the lead?
I don't know. I don't know if Zenkaiser's what, or if this is kind of like I don't know the details. So if anyone knows the details in the chat, please fill me in. I have honestly Sentai. I am waning pretty quickly on. I've been watching Power Ranger.
Off back like 17, bro.
I watched whatever we watched when Zach came on, and that's the last I've seen of it. Other than that, I've been watching.
I wanted to. I can't keep up.
Sentai, I'm kind of realizing is like third on the list for me of which ones I enjoy. So, gotcha. Juron is in the show, and a mech combining with the bike of the new red lead. Interesting. Okay.
Juron is just the mech.
Juron is in the show as a mecha, combining with the bike. Okay. Yeah. And then I guess Zenkaiser is doing his Zenkaiser thing. A lot of people are saying his little top knot looking thing is supposed to be one of the gears. I've seen that theory.
It looks like it. I mean, I'm not digging. It looks like two Kaiser fused with Zenkaiger. Like, yeah, that's all it looks like another two Kaiser. So they got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I'm curious what we'll see.
But Dawn Brothers implies a duo lead, or at least more than one. So
yeah, him and Zenkaiser are supposed to have prominent roles, and the main red of Dawn Brothers will be in the end of Zenkaiger. Okay, so
we'll see him, and then we'll at least know what we're in for.
Yeah, okay. I don't know, something about Sentai, man. It's just not catching me. It really isn't. Like, I usually fall off most Sentai around like 15 to 20. Yeah,
I mean, I like this theme. I like the gimmick. I like the jingles.
I like the shoulder pads. I'm down for more shoulder pad Sentai. I'm down for that. That's for sure.
It's like, I guess I like it in doses. Just I don't like it enough to continue. Yeah.
There will be a female human ranger and 3 CG rangers to fill out the team. CG rangers? What? Really?
CG.
Ew. All right. Hawk feels that way about Ultraman. That's fair too, honestly.
Fair. Yeah, that's why I didn't watch RB.
Zet is the only one I haven't stopped at like 15, 16, and I really like Zet. I'm almost done, actually. CG characters that turn into rangers. Weird. I don't like that. Why is that a thing?
Why would they waste so much effort on that?
Why would they waste so much money?
That's what I mean. Like, that just makes no sense. Unless they can't look great the whole time. Then not even close.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Watch them start off as CG, and then there's going to be this magic juju.
I would rather they just do like the what are they called now? Kikinoids. I would rather they just do. I keep up with the microphone. I'd rather they just keep doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's all rumors too, so they may not be CG.
I hope not, because that just sounds like a bad
Mark's
idea.
saying he has a problem watching Sentai weekly, and it's more of a binging arcs. I'm the same way, kind of. Like, Gal Ranger, I heard, is notorious from our boy Jem, actually. He was like, it's kind of boring, but it's cool. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. I'll check it out. And like, the out-of-suit stuff is kind of boring, but like the in-suit stuff is really cool to me. I don't know. It's kind of like tongue-in-cheek cool. And I'm down for animal themes. And we've talked about that before.
Yeah, I mean, that's the saving thing for you.
Yeah. I like the animal themes. So, Avatar Sentai Dawn Brothers. Oh boy,
Dawn Brother. That's gonna be weird to
Brothers.
Say.
Yeah,
Dawn Brother.
I'm waiting for like Sentai Man, Sopranos, or like Tony.
Yeah.
But where's the Gabagool Ranger?
The
Tokudon Brothers. Change. That's right. That's us. Hey,
Tokudon Brothers.
Oh my god! Can someone please do fan art of us as the like 2 little Sentai like floating dudes? Please, someone do that. Please. Oh my goodness. That'd be amazing.
Oh man, I think we got stuck with something, bro.
Oh man, that'd be so good. That'd be so good. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, that's all I had for the news. Did you want to talk about your dude, your little project you've been dreaming up?
Tokudon Brothers actually could be a thing if we do this little thing I'm cooking up.
Yeah. So as you guys can tell, you can see by, anytime you've been on the channel, I have a rider designed. That's my kaiju rider. That's my thing. That's my persona. And Rob has been working on his own, and he wanted to tell you guys about it and kind of. Yeah. And I also want to hear your guys' kind of rider ideas in the chat as we go too.
because I have this fascination with obviously this thing called Kamen Rider. It's kind of a big issue for me, so I really wanted to make my own. So having this idea, I didn't want to just run with, what kind of things can I come up with? I really wanted to make it more personal, since Carl took his from two of the things that he likes and made his own spiel. So I really am, for you guys who aren't familiar, I'm really into the spooky stuff, SCPs, creepypasta, stuff like that. So I took the idea of an SCP-based rider and, how that would look, how that would translate to a toku world where you have, if you're not familiar, SCP basically is all about weird, anomalous things that happen all around the world that can't be explained. So there's a foundation that goes around and it does the best it can to keep these things from either happening or getting out of control, whatever, what have you. So I was cooking up this idea for a story, and I needed a writer, and I needed something that could complement the idea of Carl's writer, who is this ancient writer from the ancient times. What's better than a present modern writer who fights the same enemy in a more modern way?
Yeah. Because if anyone has listened to this show for any length of time, I love me my mythologies when it comes to writers. O's king, the old king, all that kind of stuff. The Grongi, I love that shit. I am all for it.
So, to work with the story that we were telling before, we had an episode where we told the base story of a writer we had come up with before. So kind of those elements that kind of worked best for that, I wanted to readapt and rework. So I had this idea where this ever-present threat that has been somewhat maintained is now feeding this resurgence of they found something that they needed that unleashes an ancient power. Now, this ancient power was what was once defeated by the rider that Carl came up with. Now, think of it as his story ended in a stalemate where he locked himself away with his ultimate evil. This new rider who's dealing with the present threat that isn't so much of, the world-ending apocalypse that first rider faced, but they find this and unlock it and release that bigger threat along with that ancient rider. And now this ancient rider is now in this modern world with this new rider. They're facing the same threat together. And they have different tactics, and their whole thing is mysticism and beasties versus technology and more like militant stuff. So this writer I'm coming up with, his name is Anzen. He has Anzen. I took a lot of stuff from the Japanese words because I'm a nerd like that. So Anzen just means secure. The whole thing of SCP means secure, contain, protect. So his whole spiel is he goes around as your basic foot soldier to try to fight these kaiju who they think are these anomalies that they're normally dealing with, until they discover that this anomaly that they're dealing with is actually a threat that's been for thousands of years, and they have no idea how deep this iceberg goes. So that was the basic plot of the story that I'm working up.
My basic plot was I like kaiju. I want big scary kaiju rider. That was my basic plot. You can tell our different creation styles here.
Right. So you see, like, I prefer to think, and he just wants to boop the thing on the head.
Yep. So, I'm gonna boop it real good.
He's gonna boop it good, and then I'll just put it away in a little compartment. So
Ghostbusters,
anyway,
that shit.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I want to go with it, and when it comes to the ideas that I'm getting, my favorite SCP is based around SCP-049, which is the Plague Doctor. So I have a lot of heavy influences on this Plague Doctor and locking up these anomalies. So his driver is called the Zidon driver. The Zidon driver, the way I imagine it, it looks like these bars that surround a symbol that takes a key, which is called a secta key. The secta key represents the SCP that he's going to channel their power to use. So just like Gaim armor or 01 armor, it would go over the base rider and don him the power of that particular SCP. So he would insert the key into the center of the driver. The bars would look like they're unlocking. the twisting mechanism would open and it would release the energy flow that would flow up. And a lot of the design influences I took from both the tactical armor of like airsoft and modern warfare type of things, plus some ideas of Mass Effect. And I have to drive my Mugen helmet. I just adapted the Mugen helmet in a little different way because I have to. I can't break away from
whenever we can.
Yeah. Ghost is there for me. So anyway, so the whole idea is that when he uses these anomalies that he fights to fight them too. So it's very Kamen Rider in terms of his blue mage power.
Yeah.
But that's the rider that I'm designing for this idea. Yeah. Honestly, I really want to make a story out of it because I know that, you know, we had that initial idea with Hiraiko and those seeds are good, but if we can get our friends to pitch us ideas of what they would like to see happen in a Kamen Rider show that we would write together, I can definitely work with that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, if you guys want to, you can either send it to me on Twitter or you can send it to the email. It's tokudoncast@gmail.com. Send us your idea for a writer and then Rob will write a story for it. How about that?
And that's what I want to do.
So,
because it's going to be.
Mark says, as someone who loves horror and occult and Toku, he loves the idea. So
cool. I like the secta, since you're cool, the secta for Safe Euclid, Thaumaeol, Apollyon. So that's what I decided to base it off. The certain SCPs have certain grades according to their danger level. So.
I'm just laughing at once again. My idea was I like kaiju. I like riders. Someone make me a kaiju rider. That was the thought process. I was like, this is literally with a conversation, right? So I had Ashmish do the art. He does all the art for the channel, or they, I should say. And I literally went, I like kaiju. I like Kamen Rider. I like Blade King form, and I like the color palette of Ultron Gundam. Go. Yes. And that's what they came up with. And I think it came out fantastic. And I have different forms planned. They're literally just going to be, at one point, it's going to be a mecha and burning form. And then, you know, I have a couple other forms planned, which may be Saint Beasts. They may be other things. I haven't decided yet. But essentially, that's it. Mecha and burning are the only other two forms I have planned right now because kaiju.
Meanwhile, Carl says that to Ash, and I'm sending him PowerPoints with detailed ideas.
I have seen this PowerPoint. It's like 6 actual novels long.
it's just, I can't get this out of my head lately. I'm like, it's this ADHD. I'm like hyper focused on making this the absolute. Because at first I was like, yeah, I'll throw that on there and that'll look okay. And then Ash will take care of the rest. And then I'm like, but wait. But what if I was the writer? What would I want? Like, I'm not just writing this guy. What would I want? Holy
Mark,
crap.
subscribed. My man. I love you. My man.
Nothing What's but up? Love, Mark.
Nothing but love. Yes. Sorry to interrupt. That was important.
No, you're good. That's that's always the interruption. Always interrupt me for those. Always. But legit, I definitely want to do something. And anybody who's got an idea that obviously, you know how crazy I can get with this. And I'm just scratching the surface. I mean, I have jingles in my head. Like, honestly, the driver has like this robotic voice when it opens up, and the secta keys have like this alien, anomalous, monstrous voice when it opens up. It calls out the SCP number before it goes in, and then it's like I went absolutely nuts.
Our conversation the other day, I was at work, and when I'm at work, like, I'm on my phone, but I don't have time to always answer texts. And like, he's getting me hype thinking about this, and I'm getting like crazy. 6 texts that are like 3 paragraphs long of like, but what if I do this? What if I do this? I'm trying to like find images to like show him what's in my head, and he's sending me stuff, and I'm like drawing on the pictures that he sends me.
The belt is gonna open up, and the keys are gonna flip open like hinges.
And I was like, you get the body, and it turns and opens into a mask that represents what it's turning into, and like, we were going
honestly,
off.
If you guys want to see the PowerPoint, I'll tag you in it. You got to drop me your email and I'll let you see it. But it's just the level of articulation. I will help you do that. If you have an idea in your head and you just need a way to organize it,
it's a drive file. It's literally a drive file. That's all.
Drive file. That's all it is. I just do PowerPoints because I'm a freaking psychopath. That's like, I do PowerPoints in order to organize my thoughts. That's how crazy my mind is. Like.
Mark says you sound like me. I've got Google Docs full of ideas for Tokusatsu, graphic honestly. Novels, live action, etc. And I want to eventually work on. You two should link up. Work on stuff.
Done
Mark,
deal.
make a writer. Make us a writer.
Make a writer so we can write this story,
villain.
bro.
If you
we
guys
already
want to
know
make
what
a
to
villain,
do for Carl.
Yeah.
We know what to do for Carl. We're just going to point him at the kaiju and he'll take care of the kaiju.
I'm going to be like, I want that one. That one's coming inside me. I'm going to put your head in my ass. You know what I mean? That's the energy we're going with.
What's
the line? You drew the short straw. Your head is going in my ass. Oh my God. Hancock is such a weird movie.
I think I saw it like half of once because I couldn't.
I definitely used to be kind of into it, and I was like, "What is this movie? What is happening?"
But I'm excited because I worked this idea to death, and now it's finally the way I want it to be. And as soon as I can ship it off to get made, that's what I'm hoping to do. But yeah, I'm so stoked about that idea, man.
Look a kaiju, pet it with your fists. That's right, Mark. Now you're getting it.
That's it.
I'm like the dude in Digimon Data Squad, the main guy who like punches the Royal Knights.
It may be one of the center points of your character's arc in the story.
What do you mean, Mega? I'll punch it. I don't care.
Maybe punching not always answer. Maybe kick answer.
And that's how he learns how to foot dive.
And then foot dive. And that was the Misogi. And that's it.
Oh my goodness. Hawk, design us a weird ass villain. Just a weird ass villain.
Like if Gifu had an older brother.
Just make it weird as hell. Oh man. Yeah, so that's the lore of this podcast at this point.
Yes.
Gifu.
We are insane people. Thanks for coming along for the ride.
Thanks for hanging out with our insanity. Oh man. I don't think there's any other news or anything to talk about, honestly. That was really the major points.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else to talk about?
No, I think we covered it. Yeah, Revice is okay. Black Sun looks awesome. Mm-hmm. We have a lot to look forward to. 2022 is going to be eating good. And send me your writers, please. This is going to be fun.
One more thing I want to talk about. I just realized because I scrolled past the story.
Oh my God, Carl.
I know. I'm sorry. This one excites me, though, because it actually has to do with what we were just talking about. There is a new kaiju game that got announced called Dawn of the Monsters by Way Forward and 13 AM Games. Yes.
I never heard of this.
It's a 2D action RPG co-op-y kind of thing.
Oh,
I'm going to put the TokuNet link in the Discord here. It looks pretty sick. I will say so myself. Hawk and I went pretty hard in the beta for... what the hell's that game called already? Can't remember. Oh my goodness. Why is it
the robot game? The giant robot game?
It wasn't the giant. It was the Smash Monster Kaiju game. I can't think of it right now. Oh my goodness. Giga Smash. Giga Bash. There you go. Giga Bash.
Giga Bash.
Oh my goodness.
Bash. Yeah.
So let me pull the screen up. I'll play the trailer and mute it. But yeah, this game looks pretty cool. This has a pretty sick art style. I'm excited to see where this goes. We haven't seen too much, but like I really dig the art style a lot, and it's very, very kaiju energy. So we'll see. There's a big crab rhino monster that looks like he's right up my alley, and there's an Ultraman. So
look at that.
Yeah, there's a straight up Ultraman who's got dash combos and dash canceling, it looks like.
Is he Rekka? Then he's got to be Rekka.
No, he's got a slide cancel though. He's got a slide kick, like a Sub-Zero slide kick.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, I'm with it.
So I'm here for it, and all these monsters look really cool. I'm down for some crazy kaiju fighting action.
Oh, I see yours already.
Yeah.
I see mine with the big gun.
The big gun. The mecha. It has a Mega Man arm, apparently, looking by the final here. Incoming early 2022 on just about everything. So we will be streaming that when it comes out. So make sure you guys subscribe.
Yes.
Or follow, or whatever it is the kids do these days. I don't even know. I don't know how to market my own channel.
Is that what they do? They stalk? Yeah, just stalk us.
What is it? That looks really good. It's still a bit let down from Override 2, but that could easily get my money. Yeah, Override 2, I played it twice.
Never played it at all.
Yeah, no, that's the one where you can have up to 4 people controlling one character. Like each person controls a limb.
Yeah.
And
that's right. We didn't get to play that one.
No, Override 2 came out, and it was kind of like a wet fart. I respect what they were trying to do. There's a lot of cool stuff in it. I don't know. It just didn't sit right, and it was kind of like meh.
Gotcha.
And like the Ultraman characters are in there, the armored Ultraman. They got marked with the Ultraman content too. Yeah. It's just my thing with that Ultraman in particular is out of the dozens and dozens of Ultraman, why do you pick the ones that are the normal size to be the kaiju? I understand it's a marketing thing, but like
it has to be.
The ones in the armors are normal human sized, and the point is they have like crazy superpowers like the Ultramen that are full sized. That's the whole point. But like, just pick the kaiju sized Ultraman. Okay, go team. It's 100% like Netflix money. That's what it is. So, it is what it is. So that's the last thing I had, I believe. Unless you had anything else.
No, I'm just looking at that giant FU cannon on this.
Yeah, no, she's got straight up like cannon cancels. It looks like she's just boom, boom.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, and then the Ultraman has the dash cancel. Like I said, the slide under. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. And then one had like stretchy crab arms. I'm down for that. Get the wiggles going. Yeah, exactly. let me dulcim you from across the screen. Whoa, yoga fire. Oh man, good cast. That was fun. Thanks for hanging out. Where can they find more of your stuff and updates and things that you do throughout the week when you're not here?
All of my stuff, usually when I'm not here, is on. Actually, I'll share it on the drive. Email. Send us your email. 6echo@gmail.com. I will show you everything I've been up to lately. It's all on the drive. That's kind of my nonsense. That's where you'll find me. 6echoes.se@gmail.com.
Yeah. And
other than that, you can find me here.
Yes.
Spouting my nonsense. Until the rest of it starts to roll out. But we have big dreams, we have big ambitions, and lots of stuff that's going to be rolling out as soon as we get the means.
Yeah. Yeah. You can also follow him at 6echoes on Twitter.
Yes.
Got to remember to plug that bad boy now.
Yeah, all of my social medias are now 6echoes. You can find me at the Twitter, on the Instagrams, on the Facey Spaces.
Can I tell you where I am in my life? Not only did I chop off all my hair, I almost debated starting a TikTok this week. So,
the kids are doing it.
That seems to be the place to do it,
Carl. We should.
And I was like, oh man, I could make some fun little stupid Toku content real quick. And then I was like, but I don't want the Japanese government knowing where I live. So the Chinese government. So.
Toku TikToks.
Yeah, they're very common. Hawk has a TikTok. Mark, do you have a TikTok? I know Jem has one too. Jem usually does like henshins and stuff.
Guys, let's make a unified Toku TikTok. That's it.
Mark said it's a midlife crisis. Bro, look at my hair.
Like,
my hair's gone.
Dude.
Like,
I've got grays that they could treat as refractors on the street.
Peacemaker has one as well. Yeah, no, like I was saying, I've been working on a YouTube video that is Kaiju Files, and where I'm doing profiles of different kaiju and things like that. And I was thinking maybe do like little snippets on there and stuff, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be releasing something called Toku Minute.
Oh, Peacemaker doesn't. I'm sorry. Social media isn't your thing. Fair.
Yeah. Toku Minute is just, but maybe, that's probably good for TikToks, right?
That would be an amazing thing, because their whole point is they're supposed to be quick little videos. So,
all right, so that'll be what I do for TikTok, guys.
There you go.
I'm gonna make a TikTok. Yay!
You can just make a Tokudon TikTok, and then we'll do it together.
I just lost like another 45 strands of hair, so yay!
There you go. I'm waiting for my beard to just like full Santa Claus it and just like pure white.
Yeah, it'll be great. I can't wait for those days, man.
Like, the cayenne and salt is coming. That's all I'm saying.
That's going to be awesome.
I can't wait to be a sexy old man.
So, yeah, hopefully the next couple of weeks we'll see some changes and you'll see some big rollouts.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully. Soon. We are getting to episode 50 as well.
Yes.
I would like to... Where is it? I don't remember what episode
we're on at this
point.
And I would like to competition. We're gonna have our first Kamen Rider sing along.
Did you ever see those competitions where they just like make animal noises into a microphone very loudly? Like it's like pig noises and stuff. These are like state fairs, because state fairs are the weirdest goddamn thing in America.
You had me at pig noises.
Yeah, they just like screech into a microphone. Oh man, let me see what episode we're on. I don't even know. I'm bad at this. I'm a bad host, man.
No, brother. We are tangentials.
Yeah.
And that's why we never.
So this is episode 42. So that means we have about 8 episodes. God knows when that'll actually be.
Wow. So about another year.
Rough. So
yeah. We got another year before we reach that. So we're good.
We may hit our 3rd year anniversary before we get there. Oh man. Mark says he's still working on a Toku documentary that's only been 5 months. But I'm trying to make it high quality like HBO or Netflix would do. Dude, if you want to help, let me know.
Whatever help you need.
Let me know.
We do the stuff.
Yeah, we do the stuff.
Yeah, we went to school for that stuff. That's weird, right?
Yeah,
oh man.
You know how weird it is? I actually the other day I was like, do I want to write a script?
Bro, that's all I think about anymore, man. Like,
do I want to actually try and film something?
The filming part is where I draw the line because I'm all about now. Like, there's other ways. There's other ways.
But like, part of me is also like, but what if I made a kaiju movie?
I know, right? Like part of me is like, can I just do a henshin sequence? Like, I could film a henshin sequence.
Can we just like money a suit into existence? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Like that's where I am in my life because again, midlife crisis. It is fine.
I get it, man.
I thought about
honestly.
Speaking of midlife crisis, I also thought about getting my ear pierced the other day.
I did it when I was 16 and I never looked back. So.
You did a lot of things at 16 and aren't gonna look back, but we won't go there.
Bro. Some of the stuff is still with me, but we're just talking generally here, right? Memories.
What? Where am I? Mark says he loves camera work and editing, but being on camera not so much. Oh, really?
Good. You love everything I hate about it. So good.
So there you go. See, even more reason to link up, Mark. That's what it is.
Yep.
Yeah. No. I'm experimenting right now. That's what we're doing in the Toku world. We're experimenting, and I'm just trying to branch out a little bit and do some more creative projects. Also trying to find time to do those creative projects. That's really the big kicker. I work a full-time job on top of this. So
and 95, man, I'm telling you, that's the life. But we make the time because we love the stuff. Yeah. We would want nothing more than to promulgate it beyond what our means rely. But that's why we count on you guys for help.
Yeah, exactly. During the week when I am not here, you can also find me right here. If you're watching live, you know where to find it. Twitch.tv/KaijuCarl. I've been trying to more and more put Toku things and like forcibly turducken them into video games. Yes. Like I did with Kamen Rider Kiva on Dark Souls.
Yes. Good move. Good move.
Yeah, I'm just turducking modding things into different video games. We went through Devil May Cry 5. I don't know if you saw any of that one, Rob. I had swapped a whole bunch of riders into it.
I did see that. Yeah. I mean, we're Tokudon.
You're gonna get stuff. Watching Toma do the Faust Michael Jackson dance is one of the best things I have ever seen come out of a video game. So I'm trying to forcibly put more Toku things in there if I can't play more Toku games, which emulating is a whole monster. Memory of Heroes isn't on PC, damn it. But we'll get through that one eventually. So, yeah. Yeah, Mark agrees trying new things outside the norm is definitely the way to go. I think that is a way to just keep your sanity, too, honestly.
Yeah, bro.
Gets redundant. Yeah. But other than that, you can find me at Twitter at KaijuCarl. And I'm going to send you guys over to a channel because I keep forgetting I can raid people. So thank you so much for watching.